Hey, how's it going, everyone? And again, welcome to another live stream on the channel. And yeah, since I posted another announcement on my social media yesterday, I thought, why not get another live stream done on the channel? Because I do fancy doing more of these live streams more in the future. And yeah, so on this live stream, we're going to be discussing why it is time for Mike Ashley to sell up this football club now. And I think majority will know the reasons why, and again, I'll be great to get your opinions on this as well. Definitely, because there's probably some that I probably forgot off the top of my head, and yeah, it'd be great to get you all involved again. So let's go and read some comments. So starting off from Retro NUFC, Jay. He says, hello, mate. Harry, hope you're doing well. And yeah, hope welcome to the stream again. And feel free to check his channel out, Retro NUFC. Andrew NUFC says, evening, Pete and everyone. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the stream again for a third time. And hope you're doing all right as well. Moose Hunter says, hey. All right, hope you're doing well as well. And another good friend, Jonathan Young, says, good evening, Peter. Good evening. Hope you're keeping well as well. And yeah, we've already we just got one off Liam NUFC. Mike Ashley is already losing money because the situation his businesses are in and selling. Yes, so it's so far, but think of the reasons why he should now give up this football club. Oh, the amount of bad things he's done at this football club, definitely. So, oh yeah, tell me about it, definitely. So yeah, and so yeah, Liam, and UFC just pointed a good one out because of obviously his businesses are not open. Sports Direct closed because it's not an essential shop, even though he wanted to try and keep it open during this lockdown that was still under. And yeah, so yeah, Musada says, not bad, just fed up with this lockdown. How about you? Yeah, I know some people are feeling they're getting stressed out about this lockdown, but we're doing it for a very good reason, unfortunately. But hopefully we're just got to stay strong, and hopefully this just will not last for too long. Hopefully not. I'm hearing there's talks that now that it could be extended for another 3 weeks, but there might be a few tweaks in it as well. But we just got to wait and see, I suppose. I know we should definitely hopefully this not lockdown will not last forever, because I know a lot of us are dying to get back out on the streets again and get back to normal lives again very, very soon. So yeah, know the feeling, definitely. But yeah, best thing to do is just stay strong about it. Yeah, absolutely. So hopefully very, very shortly I'll drop the link in and I can get majority of the people joining the live stream as well. So yeah, I think you'll expect the more regulars to come on. And yeah, we just got another comment from a you-know-who, Mr. Archer. He says, yeah, mate, watch out. I will see you on the channel soon. Yeah, no problem, man. I will be dropping the link down in the live chat comments. So, yep, just when you're ready, feel free to pop in at some point, definitely. So, yeah. Hey, as you can see, I've caught the sun today, particularly on my forehead. I've been for a walk in the woods, and yeah, oh, I can really feel it, the heat. So yeah, I'm just gonna read this Facebook message quickly. But yeah, so Musada just said, just add me on Snapchat. Yeah, no problem. I'll accept you at some point whenever I get a chance to log into it at some point. So yeah, but cheers for the ad on there. And Holly Blades, she says, hi, hope you're keeping well. So I'll tell you what, let's get the link for people to join in the live stream now. So just, feel free to pop in at any point and I will accept you into the live stream, definitely. Not me mention, I've come prepared as well for drink, so I don't have to keep going back downstairs every single time just to go and get a drink, and then people wondering where the hell have I disappeared off to. But aye, definitely. So, but yeah, so just wait and see if anyone does join in the live stream now. I have dropped the link down, so yeah, just give people a chance to just come in. Definitely checking the B speakers well, and so yeah, hi. So hope everyone has had a good day of the day as well, and yeah, you've been out doing a bit of exercise in the sunshine as well, or just sitting out the garden as well if you've got one, or sitting out in the sun in generally. So yeah, and oh, I could definitely feel the heat, the day off the sun. Oh, definitely. So yeah, I get you. I just got another one. Liam said it's not hashtag Kanzi. Oh no, yeah, I know that. Just why not have a drink? You may as well make the host of it. So yeah, Andrew NUFC says get your cards ready, PI. Hopefully, definitely. A new person, Ian. He's a good friend of mine. He says, "Hey Pete, no Boningtons. What's going on?" Oh, unfortunately, I think the Boningtons got drunk. Was about nearly a week or two ago. Just none has been bought since ever then. Unfortunately, sorry. But yeah. Jonathan Young says, I'm hopeful the takeover will be announced next week. Patience is the key. And we've been waiting 13 years for Ashley to sell up. Fingers crossed it happens. Hashtag card soon. Yes, definitely. Oh. Oh. Yeah, because he definitely needs to leave this football club now, Mike Ashley. Otherwise, more fans will just be ended up being restless. Andy Leahy said, be to the woods, seen any sheep shagging? Fortunately not, mate. There's no sheep around in the parts I was walking through the woods, unfortunately. So yeah. Lehman UFC said there's talks about the takeover being announced next week, but not get my hopes up. Yeah, same. I think it's just a remain impatient, gets announced when it gets announced. As I said, I've said this previous times, like I don't have an actual date for when it's going to be announced. It just gets announced. When it gets announced is all I can say, definitely. So, yeah. And but hopefully not too long. Oh, just waiting for more comments, and see if any more people just come in the live chat. I'll put the link again in case no one has managed to get that. But yeah, here we go. So, but hopefully someone will join in the stream very, very soon. Let's hopefully, which will be good. And yeah. Hi. Another comment from Andrew NUFC. It's going to be amazing feeling knowing Ashley isn't our own anymore. Can't wait for the takeover to be announced. I think majority of the Newcastle fans will be the same. 13 years of utter misery is what you could call it. Only one fifth place finish, but things after that, and won the championship twice, but in the Premier League, majority has been battling relegation, finishing mid-table, selling all our best players, and not replacing them who's someone who's just not as good. Definitely not. So yeah, you name it. You definitely name it. About what he's done at this football club. Not just that, there's all the other reasons there as well, definitely. So yeah. Oh, another one from Holly Blades. They're saying the Saudi press are saying the takeover will be announced next week, and it's only the fine details to analyze. Do you think there's anything in this? It does sound interesting, but I said I'm just playing it safe. and it'll get announced when it definitely gets announced. And yeah, absolutely. Ian, just to let you know, Ian's actually a Man United fan, not a Newcastle fan, but he definitely sympathises of what us fans have been having to put up with the last 13 years. Well, same with the owners of their football club as well, the Glaziers as well. And he says Ashley is crafty, selling up during lockdown so folk can't meet up in the two to celebrate the D buggers off. Aye, definitely, that's the thing, Shame. Like, because this lockdown is still in place, we can't go out and celebrate it. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be at home. Unfortunately, so yeah, that is the thing. Liam NUFC, that one place fifth finish was like a one-off, like Burnley finishing seventh. Yeah, people say it was a bit of a lucky season. I mean, like, we had Demba Ba scoring goals for the first half of the season, and then we bought Papi Cisse in, and then he took over and started banging in the goals as well. But we had that good partnership of Ba, Cisse, and Ben Arthur playing, all linking up well again with each other. So yeah, so definitely. Moose Hunter says, who's going to be the new owner of NUFC? If the takeover gets announced, you expect to be Amanda Staveley, who's probably going to be majority the new owner, even though she'll probably see only 10% of the shares. But I think that was in tone announced that if this takeover does happen, that she will take charge of the majority of running the football club as well. So, yeah. And Lehman UFC, as ever since then, us and Burnley ain't been fighting Europe. No, it's always been mid-table, battling relegation every single time. Andy Lee says, can't wait to see war flags with Prince Mohammed bin Salman on them. I think a lot of people, that would be great to see, definitely, as well. So, and he'll be taking 80% of the shares if this takeover does definitely happen. But as I pointed out, you'd expect Amanda Staveley will definitely take charge of running the football club majority and hopefully make it successful like it was before when the fat cockney who came in and just ran into the ground ever since. Andrew and UFCI, the wall flags before the game, brilliant, definitely. Liam and UFC, Ruben brothers will also have a 10% of the club. Yes, definitely as well. Newcastle club website page needs to be changed. Do you agree with me? Depends what you're looking to change within the website, definitely. That's the thing. Like, what do you think should be changed within the website? You're thinking all of it or certain parts, etc., etc. Oh. So, yeah. Again, I'll drop the link in case you didn't get it, and hopefully we can get someone to join in, because it'd be great to be part of the stream as well, not just myself on it, but you guys as well, definitely. So, Moose Hunter says, I think the whole stadium just to be changed inside and out. Definitely a lot of the ground needs work, a lot of paint work, a lot of people saying replace the seats with black and white ones, or etc., etc. Pretty sure the EFL signs are still inside the ground as well. And yeah, the toilets need replacing. The majority of them are an absolute mess as well. And yeah, loads of things need to be worked on outside the ground. We've got that bit round about the Milburn stand, but that should have been done a lot way more earlier than summer last year, definitely. Jonathan Young says the new owners will invest heavily in both the club and its infrastructure, as well as the city of Newcastle, create jobs and bring the sense of hope and ambition back to the Toon. Yes, definitely. It's what we definitely need. Absolutely. I mean, like, because what Ashley's just doing is just total neglection. Not to mention we've had fans turn on each other pretty much the day when Rafa left, which just should not happen at all. And Andy Lee says, love to see Newcastle TV channel on Sky TV. That would be good. I know Man United have got, I'm pretty sure I've got a MU Man United TV or MU TV, whatever it's called, on Sky. So that would be good, I think. A lot of Newcastle fans would like that, even though you probably have to pay extra for it. But it'd probably be well worth it. Definitely. Make the stadium look like the Stadium of Light, as they got red seats with some white seats. Oh, no offense, but I don't want red seats inside the ground. Oh, well, oh, you mean like that boy where it's got How Are the Lads or something like that, where they've got it? Maybe something like that wouldn't be bad, but Andrew NUFC's got pink seats. It definitely does. Unless they've changed, definitely. Christopher Moody says, first thing that needs to be done is to arrange moving Big Al's statue from the old toilet. So disrespectful being there. Yeah, you're thinking it's not right yet close, right joint of the ground, is it, the statue? But thinking where else could you probably put it? Because you've got Milburn, around where the Gallagher bit is. You've got the Sir Bobby Robson statue off where the terrace bar is, I think it's called. So not far from where the Gallagher Milburn area is as well. So yeah. Oh. Take the Sports Direct signs down and yes, absolutely. Yes, definitely. So yeah, so since we got one, we got one person that's come in the live stream, so called Quinny, so we'll get him in. So I'll just read a couple of more of these comments, and he says, if you had to pick one player to sign first, all these millions, who would you like to get? It's a tough choice at this moment of time. I know it says we're being linked with some really good players, but I don't know who I would go for at this moment of time. Liam NUFC says, I don't mean I have red seats, but as they wear red and white, they have some red and white seats, as we would have black and white seats. Yeah, that would definitely make a lot more sense. Okay, so we'll get Quinny into the stream now. So he comes in. Hello.
Hello.
What are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I think I'm like about 100,000 other Geordies in Newcastle at the minute. A bit apprehensive. You're checking the website every 5-10 minutes, and you're just getting a bit obsessed with it, and it's like, we just want to hear something.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's just a bit of a waiting game at this moment of time, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it all does go through. Well, this is the furthest we've been in regard to Takeover, definitely.
I mean, I'm trying to envisage it not going through and what it would do for morale. I mean, morale was already rock bottom before this, with the previous fakeovers and this, that, and the other. And it's like, I think if it doesn't go through this time, I think the Geordies are just going to be like,
they've given up on the Takeover in the future. Aye.
Well, yeah. I mean, with all the controversy last season with the 10,000 protesters, and people staying away from the ground, this, that, and the other. I mean, if it doesn't go through this time, I think if this becomes another ploy by Ashley, I think he's just pushed it too far this time. Everyone's got a limit, what they can put up with. And I think this time, if it falls through, and I think it's just time for him to go, basically.
I definitely was going to ask you, why is it time for Mike Ashley to now give up this football club now?
For the simple reason, Newcastle fans all fans have got the limit, but he just pushes it and he pushes it and he pushes it, and he doesn't know when to stop pushing it, even though he's got how many people. The bad publicity doesn't seem to bother him. The Geordie fans hate him. I think he sometimes revels in it. Sometimes, and he actually enjoys winding it up. A bit of a protagonist, if you like.
Aye.
But I think this time he's just pushed it too far. I mean, because if this was a fakeover, somebody could have came out within the club and says, "Look, it's fakeover. We know nothing about it. Forget about it because we know nothing about it." and they haven't.
So, yeah, that's just really baffles me about why no one from the club has come out and said anything about this takeover. Not even Mike Ashley or Lee Charlie as well. That is the situation. So, but
Yeah. I mean, whether the hands are tied, we don't know. But if it's gone down the line as we're led to believe it has, it's like a done deal basically, and we're waiting for the fit and proper test. Somebody, this is what's getting me. Somebody must know, and you haven't
yeah,
even got my
definitely.
mate's friend's uncle who, because you haven't even got these sort of rumors flying about. You know, one of the players like Shearer or someone like that, or somebody must know something. Somebody.
Definitely, aye, yeah. So, well, we've got another person joining, and he's definitely a regular Newcastle YouTuber as well. I think you know who it'll be. So let's get him into the stream. Sharky, how you doing?
Evening, lads. How's it going? All right?
Hello, Sharky.
How's it going, lad? All right?
All right.
What he's up there with the stream, what he's been talking about.
Just what this live stream is about. So, I know you did a video about this, Sharky, about why Mike Ashley.
What video haven't I done about Mike Ashley?
Exactly. So, if you want to tell the people who are watching live why it's time Mike Ashley now sells this football club now. Give me the
13 years of neglect, 13 years of not building the foundations of the football club. You know, they're not seeing any of the local lads come through. The training facilities are out of date. You know, the sports director all over the stadium for his own gain, changing the stadium name from St James's Park to Sports Direct Arena, for me was an absolute sin. The club shop has turned into Sports Direct. You're selling Barcelona kits and that instead of Newcastle ones. 9 bar, Shearers, you know. Mate, I could go on for all the mistakes that he's made, you know, just sell no better players, no progression, fobbing off managers like Rafa Benitez and Chris Hughton, getting rid of, you know, employing just worse off managers like, you know, a Steve McLaren, a Joe Kinnear, the list goes on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And another reason you see them sitting on the rare occasions to do visit St James's Park, you see Mike Ashley and his cronies sitting there. We could be getting beaten 3-0 if some of them sitting there laughing. Joking.
Yeah, that is something I stated on the channel. I said I've seen them in the ground so many times before, and even when I haven't been able to go to the game because either it's sold out or whatever, and I've just seen them both laughing. I'm like, this is the football club that you own with probably one of the best fan bases in the country, and you're taking the piss. Like,
what the cronies are doing this, you know, and they're laughing as well.
Yeah. Oh, I can't stand them. I mean, who was it? Who was having charge? Derek Lambias, no footballing experience. Chris Mote, was that his name? No footballing experience. Lee Charnley, you never hear anything from him. I mean, why are we employing these people? You know, it's the big thing in football, in any football club, you need to have is communication, and we don't have that. How do we know what's going on?
I think the fans would put up with, well, we have put up with the lack of ambition over the last 13 years. But if the directors were to be seen to at least trying, and they looked like they actually enjoyed running the club, we might actually put up with it. Well, not put up with it, but we could understand it. You have to show a little bit of passion, and they were just as bothered as we were when we were getting beat. But they're not. They just don't care.
As boring as this sounds, their ambition's always been, because the Premier League money's always gotten bigger and bigger each season, let's just stay in the Premier League and take that and spend little as possible, sell all the better players, get cheap ones in and hope they can be better so they can be sold on. I mean, the trend is once we've been relegated from the Premier League, they'll spend an absolute shit ton of money to get back into the Premier League just so then they can take the TV rights. They know we can't afford to stay in the Championship for more than one season. It's been a constant trend. I mean, I'm surprised that obviously we've been relegated twice. I'm surprised we haven't been relegated more than the twice, because let's be honest with you, we've never looked like competing in the Premier League. Yes, we might have some big results against like Manchester United, Chelsea and Man City, etc. But they're only good results if you know the club can actually get in its rightful area of the Premier League and compete. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like a Wolves or a Wigan or all these clubs back in the day where, yeah, it's a freak result for them. You know what I mean? These are Newcastle Man United is one of the most famous fixtures in the Premier League history.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Wolves there, because, I mean, a few years ago, I mean, they were down in the Championship and they were...
League One at one point.
That club was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. You couldn't... They were a bit like Leeds and that, you know, and you could never see them getting out of the Championship, ever, because they just stagnated, and you felt a bit sorry for them, actually. But now it just goes to show you, with a little bit of vision, you know, and a bit I'm trying to get my vocabulary, my words right here. A bit of vision and a bit of forward thinking and a good board.
Direction, progression, yeah.
Yeah, it shows you exactly what you can do with a
Well,
good board and somebody who
Well,
cares.
I've done a video on that today, and I basically just highlighted 10 reasons why Newcastle need to take off for something Mike Ashley hasn't done in the past. And the thing is with Mike Ashley, and that what's really frustrated me, it's the basic things that he's got wrong at the football club, the basic stuff, the stuff that you should be doing. Like for one, the big thing is communication. You can't get any more important than communication. Yes, okay, fair enough. Sir John Hall, you might have put the club into debt and you might have spent a lot of money, but he had ambition. He actually told the fans what was going on, about why we bought Shearer, why we bought all these expensive players. And if something was going wrong, he would often say something. But Mike Ashley, it's just like copy and paste statements, isn't it, from Lee Charnley? One at the start, like happy new season. I hope it all goes well. And then at the end of the season, if we've stayed up, well, see you next season. You know what I mean? It's copy and paste.
Yeah, there's just no vision from this guy. I mean, I've remembered a few occasions over the last 13 years where we could have just kicked on with a few extra more signings and got into that top 10. When we had the Denver Bar firing and Cisse and...
do you know what it is? I legit thought we were going to win the Europa League that season. I thought, we've got such a good side. Ben Arfa, Kabai, Cisse, Tayode...
All you needed was add to it. Sorry to interrupt, yeah.
No, I was just basically saying, in that Europa League campaign, if he hadn't have sold Demba Ba to Chelsea that season, I think we would have played Chelsea and beaten them. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, all he had to do was add with a few more quality signings. He would have moved up the league. He would have made more money. His brand would have got more attention. We would have been on the TV more. But Mike Ashley, everyone keeps calling him a brilliant businessman. Yeah, he's a brilliant businessman. But when it comes to the football world, he knows nothing.
Football, definitely no way.
Do you know what's happened? Do you know what's made Mike Ashley so rich as well, though? And the TV haven't helped. They've just gave away like odd games, haven't they? Like even like games against Man United or even like against like Aston Villa, where he's making the penny all the time. And the thing is, it doesn't need fans' input because he's making that so much money. It's a case of like,
he's happy to stagnate. He's over the moon with stagnating. He doesn't want to
crap.
progress.
It's crap. It's crap.
If he had any love or affection or anything for that club, he could wake up one day and go, do you know what it is? I'm sick of being hated. I want to go down and maybe I want to turn this around and see if I can get the northeast of the Geordie Republic to actually like me. I'm going to spend a few bob, sod it.
Well, you kind of think the minute all this, when he was going on the bars and that, and he was like having drinks with the fans and stuff, the minute he lost that, I think he just knew he was. I mean, is it true or false? He's been trying to find, buyers and stuff. At times, I don't think he has been. I think he's just been trying to do a bit of smoke screen.
Mike Ashley can afford a blowout, right? If he wakes up one morning in a good mood and thinks, I'm going to spend a couple of $100 million, it wouldn't make no odds to him if he loved, if he had a bit of passion for something he was spent. We've all done it before.
Do you know what I gave an example of?
And had a blowout.
Do you know, I gave an example of someone who doesn't know the football club, the Leicester owners, that knew nothing about the club that came in and just put a bit of investment in their football club. Yes, fair enough, they won the league on hard work. They didn't have the best squad, but like even now, even though they think we've won the Premier League, we don't have to put any more investment in. They're still looking to improve. Like let's get a regular top 6 finish. Leicester City,
they haven't stagnated. Even when we're doing good, like I said before, with the Denver Bars, the Kabais, and the Seas, if we could just add to this team a couple of players here, a couple of players, decent players, good ones, proven, we could actually move up. But we didn't. We were happy to stagnate, and not only stagnating, happy to flog, just sell players for a profit.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm just going to read some more comments, and he says, Moose Hunter says, try to make Newcastle United logo with the seats like Sunderland and put the NUFC in it. Would you agree? Something like that could work if this...
I've always said black and white seats back when they were built in the old St James's Park without the black and white. I think they need to take out all those silver seats. Like, I mean, it's getting to the point now where they're out colouring themselves. Like, you think, bloody hell, what colour are you going to do next? Is it going to be brown or something? The way they're going. There's just no love on the seats whatsoever. It makes the stadium stand out a bit more as well. Like, I mean, don't get us wrong, I like the stadium, but even if you take away the Sports Direct, I'd just love to see the seats be changed. Just little things that should have been changed over the time that Mike Ashley's been here. That's the thing. You know what I mean? The experience just isn't there anymore.
No, it's just Adam from his comment, NUFC them like SUFC, or do you mean SCFC, something like that?
I wouldn't want to be like, to be fair, I wouldn't want to be like Sunderland where we're on an identity with Newcastle.
After the takeover, we need to see the club 24 hour by CCTV through Newcastle website.
get the Shearer's bar back as well.
Get it all back. Everything that
changed.
you know what he did though as well? Was it what was it, Peter? There was like a little blanket thing going over the state with Shearer on it, and he got rid of it. That was bizarre.
Because he's petty. He's a protagonist, and he loves the.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It was overhanging the Gallagher.
Something like that, yeah.
It just had like a picture of Shearer on, like as if he was like celebrating, and he took it off.
Oh yes,
he ripped it off. Maybe he's just jealous.
He's just a petty man. He really is. He likes to wind up, and for me, that's just petty. He's never had any love for the club. Like you say, he's run it as a business, basically.
Well, I think that in a sense, I think the TV they've helped him. You know what I mean, with all the money that he's gaining. Obviously, we're a passionate bunch of fans. Don't get us wrong, but like I look at the TV, and I think he's looked at that advantage and thought, you know what it is? I'm making a lot of money here. Like I could easily cash a bit of this money, like from Newcastle United, and cash it into my business and buy more businesses, and they've not helped.
Jonathan Young says Koulibaly, I heard we're being linked with him.
I'd love to see it. Him and Jamal Lascelles at the back. Perfect.
Jonathan Young again says, great point, Quinny. If this takeover doesn't happen, it would cause major anger. Well, absolutely, definitely.
Yeah, because I think they've just had enough. I mean, how many takeovers have we had? Is it about 3 or 4 now?
Probably every single season, probably with 13 different ones.
Yeah, and you've got all these... The journalists, you know, I mean, 1 minute it's on, the next minute it's off, the next minute's on, the next minute's off. It's just,
the thing is, though, do you know what it is, though, right? In this current pandemic, I wish someone would just come out and say something, the Premier League or Newcastle, and say, do you know what? Either a deal is or isn't going through, then everyone's quiet, that's it. We'll just wait and see what happens. Like, what really, really, like, interests me is that we've gone through a few weeks of this now, and you think in a pandemic, somebody would come out and say something that haven't. There's been no red flags, there's been no blockages or anything like that. So that's what's got everybody upbeat. And like I say, we've got every right to be, because we don't want to make the football club. But like, it's a case of, you know, why haven't the Premier League come out and said anything? That they did bring out a statement, but it was for the human rights charity. But why couldn't they have just said, well, actually, you know, something's in the pipeline, but we don't want to say much? It might be because the government, you know, with the social distancing and stuff, they don't want fans to go to the ground in case it does happen. But
has anybody actually emailed the Premier League? Because I emailed them 2 days ago. I haven't had a reply.
I probably emailed them. There's probably no one in the headquarters. But the thing is, right? Do you know what it is? I wouldn't be surprised now if Mike Ashley finally does give up, because it's getting to the point now where he's got no money. As I mean, he can't even afford to run his businesses. Never mind Newcastle.
I think somebody's had a word with him. And he's panicking because he doesn't know what the outcome of this is going to be. There's rumours going on that even next year's games are going to be played behind closed doors. So the revenue he could lose, and he's panicking. He's thinking,
do you think it's going to happen?
I don't think so. Personally, I don't.
After they're losing too much money,
involved. The FIFA and Sky and all this, there's so much money involved. I think it will get back to normal, but I think maybe it's in a year or 2 years' time there could be a second wave, and that's what Ashley's worried about. He's worried about his long-term future, not his short-term, and I think he really does want to get out. Plus, I think, you know, he's getting harangued in the street of supporters, and everywhere he goes, he's starting to get a bit of pressure.
He did at West Brom. You got it at the Whole Funds. You got it at the Whole Funds.
I think it's getting to him. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, he knows now that he's not loved by the fans. He's burned so many bridges, and once you do that with a fan base, you're not going to win them back. It doesn't matter what you do. Yeah. You know, he's had numerous opportunities to come in and put some investment into the club. We've been promoted twice, and you're thinking, okay, for me, the biggest one was Rafa. When he got he stabilised the club for 2 seasons. We got a 10th place and a 13th place finish. And what did he do this season? No offence to Steve Bruce, but for me, he was never my number one choice. It doesn't matter what he does.
I mean, this is just a hunch. What I think the Premier League might be worried about is this could already be agreed, this takeover.
That's what I'm saying.
What they could be worried about is 100,000 Geordies out on the streets celebrating.
That's what I'm saying.
No lockdown's going to keep them in.
Nothing is we'll do it. The thing is, the government don't realise 13 years of absolute crap. That's over a decade of crap. We are going to go out and just say, right, screw that. We're out. We're going to go and have. You know what I mean? We're going to just gather outside the ground.
Like, Boris could be saying, look, keep this under wraps for a couple of more weeks, man. If you tell them, lot, right, that this takeovers went through, you know they're just going to be out on the streets. You know that all.
The thing is, I don't condone it, but you couldn't help the fans that do it. You know what I mean? It's over a decade. I mean, the thing is, in your lifetime, a decade is a long time. Like, that's 10 years of your life gone of Mike Ashley doing something that, you know, he should have been doing for 13 years, which is, you know, making the club. Well, yeah, you could say stabilise the club, yeah, but I can understand if you're a mid-table club, like you're not really going to achieve anything. If you're like a Bournemouth or a Burnley and you just expect it to stay up, fair enough. But Newcastle United, though, I'd say we are a big club with huge potential. We are. I don't care. Like, thing is, but like you're not like a Chelsea or a Man City. But where were they before they got bought? Chelsea are an exception.
Oh, I remember Chelsea and Man City. Honestly, they weren't that much better. Well, they weren't even better than Newcastle at the time when they got took over. And if they hadn't have got took over, God knows where they would have been now. Really.
See, Man City for me are a bang average Premier League club. Without all that investment, for me, I just think they're bang average. They're not even. Yeah. I just think they're mid-table Premier League club.
Mind, I'm glad that if I could have picked a side that suffered more than Newcastle over the years, especially having your neighbours next door winning everything. I mean, imagine if Sunderland were winning everything. How bad that must feel. So if it was going to happen to anyone rather than Newcastle, I'm sort of glad it happened to Man City after what they've had to put up with now the last 30-odd years.
Well, they wanted us before Mike Ashley. He saw what he was going to sell. Was it? Well, no, hold on. Mike Ashley had the club. He wanted to sell it. They were going to buy Newcastle. They wanted us at first, but
yeah,
do you know what it is though?
There's a lot of by showing himself up at some pub or something in Dubai or something, didn't he?
The thing is, though, there's a lot of jealousy out there as well. And that's something I've noticed from a lot of Man United fans, Everton fans. Oh, you're getting loads of money. Oh, we don't want Newcastle bought because you're going to be the richest club. So what? Suck it up. Like, look at what you've been winning. Like, obviously, Man United, you've won all of this. Man City, you've won all of that. Chelsea, Liverpool, we've just sat there and we've just taken shit for 13 years. Like, why can't Newcastle United get back in its rightful place of challenging for European football, getting back to winning domestic trophies? Thing is, Newcastle United, you'd think it should be winning trophies. It should be like it's a case of there's so much jealousy.
I mean, you're right. I mean, no one's got a divine right to win trophies.
No.
But I can't think of any other club that gets relegated 4 or 5 games before the end of the season, still gets 53,000 in the last game of the season, and what do they do? They freaking walk around the stadium. I can't think any other club that would get relegated still get a full house.
In the championship under Rafa, under Chris Hume, we were packing out those championship grounds. Like when you get relegated, you sort of give up hope. We never give up hope as a club because the thing is, Mike actually doesn't realise like he couldn't have chosen a better club that's passionate about its club, passionate around the city of football. That this city is football mad. Like you couldn't have chosen a better club where you're guaranteed investment. And if you just put a bit of investment in, you could, like you were saying before, you're going to make it back. Because if the club was to achieve its potential, it's going to make more back and profit anyway. But
this could be Mike Ashley's final swan song, right? It could finally come out of this. I'm not saying, that fans will forgive him, because I didn't think they will, but he could finally come out of this, with his head held high. If this deal goes through, you could have sold to worse people. I mean, you could have sold to, I don't know, I'll restate that. You could have sold to the guy who had less intentions than him, or even less ambitious than him. You could have took, I don't know, these American guys or somebody else. But if he sells to these guys, at least he's finally done something that'll put up there in the higher echelon. So, top 6, and he might come up with his head held up high eventually. This is his chance now. Let's see if he blows it. So, what's
your thoughts on Bruce then? If say for example, we'll get this takeover, because for me personally, I'll give him the last 9 games and that's it for me. That's it, done.
But you have to give him the last 9 games, you know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's his season to complete. It's his. You know what I mean?
But anything less than maybe he's gone and winning the FA Cup, I think his days are numbered.
I've said that.
Every time your owners come in, they want that old man, regardless of what's happened.
Thing is, what's the odds at Newcastle? The man who has never wanted, okay, he's a local lad, but he wins the FA Cup. That's first trophy in over 50 years. Mike Ashley bows out, right, as owner with a trophy. Like, actually, I will only leave if I win something. There you go. You got the FA Cup now. Fuck off.
If Brucey wins the FA Cup, I'll give him a 5-year contract. You don't have to keep him for 5 years, but I'll give him one.
For me, you get an extra 6 months till January. If we're not doing that, you can leave.
I think you give him longer if he won the FA Cup.
I'm just going to go read it. Well, I'll just read some more comments. Musota says, "Oh, you're shocking. How are you doing?"
I'm not too bad, man. Could be better, but stuck indoors like prison.
Yeah, Liam and UFC fans from clubs like Hull and City want Mike Ashley as owner. If you had him, prepare to have your club.
I don't. I think Hull City and who I know they're in a bit of bother. I think they'd happy to take what they've got right now. Don't take Mike Ashley. Thing is, you got to understand, Mike Ashley, once he leaves Newcastle, will not go back into football. He hasn't got love for football. He doesn't understand it. He's come out and said it. He doesn't understand the rules of football. He doesn't understand how it works. Once he goes, he'll focus proudly on his business. That's where his focus will be on that.
Yeah. So Liam NUFC again says we are another Sunderland/Wigan when they was in the Premier League under Mike Ashley, aiming for 17th. Anything above is just a bonus. Completely, absolutely right.
I've got a hunch he might, I think he might go back into football.
Do you reckon? Where do you think he's going to go?
Yeah, he might get some club on the cheap, like Chef Wed or something like that. Somebody that's got a chance of maybe getting back into the Premier League. If he can buy a championship club, see like Chef Wed for 40-50 million, spend another 40 million for some decent signings, get them up on the first attempt, he's cha-ching again, he's back in the money again.
I've seen some daft reports saying he was going to go to Sunderland. I couldn't. Nah, they would never welcome Mike Ashley. That was not happening.
I reckon they would.
I don't think.
Don't guys. I'm going to have the biggest grin on my face if it ever happened. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, it's not his business is not in football. It's most definitely in retail. Definitely. Well, we'll go some more. Christopher Moody says, "Well said." Yep. There's for that. Liam NUFC. Look at Wolves now. Sharky before they was another Birmingham City. So and look at where they are now.
They've got very similar owners to Leicester. Like they've both obviously got wealth. They're not wealthy. Well, they're all wealthy, but they're not like Man City's. But they spend wisely. Like they're building like step by step, progression. That's what something Mike Ashley should have been doing at Newcastle. Like, do you see like Leicester City selling Jamie Vardy and that straight away? But okay, they sold Mahrez, but he was replaced with like Pereira and that. Like, look how good they are as a squad. They're always building. For us, look at Perez banging in all these goals. Let's sell him and let's get Joe Linton in, who's got no experience. These clubs like Wolves and Leicester are getting inexperienced players. We're getting inexperienced players. So, it's like one step forward, about 50 steps back.
Exactly, Andrew, NUFC. We've been very fortunate that we've only been relegated twice.
Yep.
I thought we were going to be relegated in the 2014-15 season, but Jonas Gutierrez for keeping us up that season.
Yeah, but when you go from like Alan Pardew, who in the end was probably a bit of a scapegoat because all the players were brought in and sold behind his back. He went to Palace, left in a really good position. Carver, for me, he had the easiest running, but then somehow you lost all these games, 8 games in a row, was it? And then we won on the last game of the season. But the thing is, like, when you go from him to Steve McLaren, you're getting relegated. There's a problem. Like, McLaren's CV lies in the Championship. I've said it so many times. He's not a Premier League manager. His reputation was gone the minute he failed at England. He was gone.
I go back to like a vision with the signings of these managers. Tells you everything you need to know about Ashley. He doesn't want to progress, man. That he's happy with these middle of the range relegation managers, paying them a fortune instead of just going for a good manager, spending a little bit of money, showing a bit of ambition, get the fans. See, football, he doesn't know anything about football. He doesn't know a lot about business, but football is a business when you think about it.
You're making money all the time.
He doesn't know how to. I think it's just like he knows about retail, but he doesn't know about football as a business.
The thing is, the people that say, well, actually, he's had all these people like advising him who've been very poor on that. But at the end of the day, he's the owner. He makes the decisions. If you're employing people who aren't good enough for the club to direct it, then he goes, the buck stops with me. But how many times has he said that? But he's never learned off his mistakes.
Never ever. No. He keeps making the same ones over and over again. And that's why I get frustrated when people say he's such a great businessman. I'm thinking, is he? Or has he just got... He could have just been more...
He's got lucky. He's got lucky. He's got lucky because we get 52,000 every home game. All the money that we put in that football club, we get a lot of TV deals as well. A lot of TV games. We pack out the away grounds. No. He's basically... He's being fed in a silver spoon by the fans who have actually given him the money, which is not the wrong thing to do. We're called supporting the club, but he's fed off the fan base. If our fan base was not 52,000, there's no way he's staying here. No chance.
I mean, Mike Ashley's MO is he buys failing businesses and he turns them round. That's his MO, isn't it?
Rangers, but he failed. He failed there, though, massively.
We hear about successes, but I'm thinking you may have a lot of failures that we're not being told about, I think Mike Ashley is the brilliant businessman, I think could be a bit of a myth, If you've got as much money as he has, you're going to get some things right, you're going to get some things wrong. But all you ever hear about is he turned this business round and he turned that business round. What about the one that he's completely and utterly failed at, which is Newcastle United?
But that's what I'm saying. I think the longer we keep Mike Ashley, I generally think we're knackered. as a
Yes,
club. We are
definitely. I can't envisage him being after, even if this fails, God forbid it won't, and the takeover will go through. But if this doesn't go through, I just think the morale of the Northeast in general and Newcastle, it's just going to be rock bottom.
Thing is, I said it with Peter before. If we keep Mike Ashley, I don't even get excited by all these good players. We've got like Almiron and St. Maximin because you'll just sell them. No, you will. You will.
Eventually,
like,
eventually.
Pound signs.
It's proven. It's a proven fact. People are probably already sniffing around the likes of Maximum and Almiron. You know,
if somebody like Man City comes in for St. Maximin or some big club, he'll not stay. He'll not stay.
Yeah, and
if he's getting offered a couple of $100,000 a week, he's not staying at Newcastle. No chance.
Yeah.
We'll get through some more comments. Liam and UFC. We've been lucky both times in the championship. The first attempt, the championship was a 10-pot league at the time. The second attempt was only because of Rafa.
The championship was quite competitive. To be fair, especially the Rafa. You got to remember, Brighton, we went all the way against them. But even Huddersfield.
Yeah, we did. Yes.
Huddersfield, fell off the finish in the playoffs, but at one point they were third in the league, but they were only a couple of points off us. Imagine if we'd fell away a little bit and they got second and we got third. There was Reading were good. There was a lot of good sides in that championship. Apart from the one under Houghton where we're pretty bossed at that season. But to be honest with you, I think the championship, it's getting ever more competitive with the parachute payments, all these Premier League clubs being relegated and that. I think I don't know, it was definitely a bit of a roller coaster ride because I went Ipswich away. And they had been confirmed as getting promoted to Brighton, but they hadn't won the league. And I just thought, they're going to win the league. But it was a case of, if I'm doubting myself, that just goes to show how competitive that league was. Even Burton away, I remember we only just won 2-1 at Burton.
Yeah, you can't win any league by luck. So over 46 games in the championship was the only time Mike Ashley did show a bit of ambition was to get out of the championship. And he had ulterior motives, which was the Sky money. It's the only time he ever showed a bit of. If he showed the same ambition in the Premier League as what he did getting out of the Championship, he wouldn't be as hated as what he was.
I want to know.
He might have his own fucking statue outside James's. If he showed the same ambition for progressing in the Premier League as what he did to get out of the Championship.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I didn't have with the statue, but you know what I mean.
I think if somebody built a statue of Mike Ashley outside St James's Park, someone would get a hammer and start hammering it down. Anybody want a bit of statue? Will put on eBay. Gumtree.
Yeah, should be getting sold with pigeon food, wouldn't it?
Mike Ashley knows how to run a business, but he has no clue running a football club. I completely true about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That his business and the football is two completely different things, and you can't. The thing is, you can't mix and match with both. You've got to try and get them both right. And for me, he's completely failed. He needs to come out. He's come out in the before and he said he's made mistakes. He should have sold the club probably even 4 or 5 years ago when he came out and said it. Leave.
Christopher Moody, that's why his statues at the loose petty. I think he's on about the Shearer statue was on about before, possibly by the looks of it. Liam and UFC again. League One and League Club Twos need fans to survive. Need fans in the stadium to survive. Yeah, that is definitely pretty.
Well, what'll happen is the Premier League will bail them out.
It wouldn't surprise me.
They have to with all that money that the TV that all these clubs are getting. They don't need it all. They didn't need it. Just support the other league. That's what I do. Support the other clubs.
Liam again. Nottingham Forest are bigger than Man City. In my opinion, Man City had no history before the takeover.
And most clubs have no history, and then all of a sudden, that's the way football's coming now. Though it's becoming one of them where you buy a club and that's it. You want instant success.
Man City's certainly got a history now, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's it. History is yesterday. You know what I mean? We just care about today.
That's what I'm saying. Newcastle fans, we might talk about what we did back in the 50s, winning the FA Cup and winning the Fairs Cup, but people don't talk about that now. They care about what's happening as of now.
Interesting. Yeah, that's all anybody really cares about.
Happening within the last sort of 10 years. You can talk about Leicester City winning the Premier League, but imagine if they didn't do anything since. You won the Premier League 20 years ago. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nobody really now ever talks about Blackburn, do they? About what Shearer and that did about 1995 season.
Nah. Tell some young kid, maybe so who's 10, 11 years old, Blackburn won the Premier. Did they win the Premier League or was it the first division?
No, that's when Shearer was in the team.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't believe you. Did they? Yeah, probably wouldn't
believe it. It's also said, and other championship clubs are majority of them got more ambition.
Well, championship clubs have actually got money because they get the fair share for the Premier League, the parachute payments.
Mike Ashley wouldn't buy a League One club because there's no money there with the same League Two. Well, he's not. Business is not in football, definitely not.
I couldn't say it.
She's a good businessman, but you can't treat sports club like businesses.
Well, it depends how you operate. Like you can in a sense, but you can also just put some bloody money into the club. You can.
If you do it right, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you do it correctly.
If you do it right, you can, because it is a business.
Mike Ashley has been creaming off the top.
Business ever. If you do it right, if you do
Mike
it the
Ashley
correct way.
It's been creaming off the top for the past 13 years. That's all he's been doing.
Andy Lee, Ashley Sports Direct. It won't stop the people buying from his shops. Newcastle fans love his clothes and other stuff. Will use 3 buy items from his shop. I think I'll be avoiding Sports Direct.
I don't even think I've been to Sports Direct for probably over a decade now. Probably not since Keegan left. That's the last time I went to Sports Direct. I've walked in his shop, but never would I like buy anything from his shop. Not worth it. Do you know I'd rather go to Oxfam?
Oh, Johnny, come in. Not easy beating Burton.
Exactly. I think he's relating to me. That's what I said. 2-1 away. I remember. They actually, these sort of bottom end championship clubs, they actually gave us a good game. Was it Wigan? At home as well? We only just beat them 2-1. Yeah. In the championship, you see what I like about the championship, right? Is yes, it's not the most decorated league, but you see fight.
Aye, definitely.
It's so unpredictable. Like one game you could win like 2-1, the next one you could win like 6-5 or something. It's mad.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brighton were the 7 points clear or something with about 3 games.
Aye.
They had it wrapped up. They had the banners and the cup at the AMX.
That was hilarious. Remember that Peter last game of the season? They went down. Where is it? They went all the way to Aston Villa, and they were like, "Yay, champions of the championship!" That was hilarious.
That's how unpredictable it is. I mean, the bottom club beating the top club all the time.
And the thing is, what a waste of fabric. Who actually writes all of this stuff up? Like all these, like these scarves of Brighton winning the championship. No one find well that anything could change on that last game of the season.
Yeah.
And if you bought one of them, you're a mug.
It usually does change on the last game of the season.
Absolutely. Well, Lawrence has just said should have sold to Sheikh Mansour when he was interested before he bought Man City or after Keegan walked. But if Mike Ashley's not going to sell it, and then obviously Man City are available, of course he's going to take Manchester City. But the thing is, if we get this alleged takeover and these are double, even 10 times as rich, who cares? We're going to be even richer than them.
Wasn't Mike Ashley in some pub in Dubai and didn't he insult the nation of the rich or something like that?
You wouldn't put that past Ashley, would you?
That's just rumours, but I heard the rumour that he'd insulted.
No, that's what I heard as well.
He went to Man City.
I wouldn't put
that past him, would you? He doesn't portray the image that somebody would want to do business with, does he? Now, Ashley, at the time, gambler, drinker,
what was it in Sports Direct as well? He came in with a wad of like £50 notes, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Giving TV says big up PD. Hi, Harry, how you doing?
Big up PD Proudlock on YouTube. Subscribe him.
My friend Ian says I'm off now. Pete, take care, guys. Will do. And you as well.
Take care.
Lawrence, remember beating QPR 6-0 away and then losing 2-0 at home to Wolves. I was at that game when we lost 2-0 to Wolves. Well, I haven't got any more comments yet, so what I'm going to do, if any new people want to join in the stream, I'll put the link in the comments or whoever pops up. If someone else does come in, who doesn't mind leaving the stream?
Are you sure? I'll let you if you want.
No, I'll go. I've got to get to the fridge for a bottle. So.
Good job. You didn't say cans. Otherwise, you got to keep on standby.
Bottle man, not cans. I like you glass bottles.
Why not? Good old cans.
We'll see who comes on. I'll drop now and I'll make a space. Is that all right?
Yeah, no problem, mate. Nice talking to you.
Now and I'll make a space.
Stay safe.
Let's hope. Let's live in hope.
Fingers crossed.
Right, see you later, lads.
Take it easy, mates.
Bye.
He's gone, Peter. That's me and you now.
I'll just wait and see. Hopefully Johnny can come in, because it'd be great to get him in. So
drop a message. Just say, Johnny, would you like to come in the stream?
Yeah. Well, he's still watching, so yeah. Aye. Chris, NUFC. Hi, lads. Hope the takeover happens next week or soon. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed it will. It's just a bit of a waiting game at this moment of time. Liam, NUFC. I was at QPR away game. Then I got ill the day we played Wolves the following game. But too much excitement, was it?
I was at the QPR game when we drew 2-2. Oh, God. We collapsed. No, we collapsed right at the end. We collapsed.
We do have another person joining the stream and know very well from being on some of my previews and other videos as well. Let's get him in. D, how you doing?
Hello. Hello,
Hello.
lads.
See you
Good
doing well.
evening.
Been all right. It's just been tough this week, but can't get by as usual.
Life's tough, isn't it? But we've just got to try and grind it out. That's what they say.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what we got to do. End of the day, once this is over, we'll get back to normal, but it's going to take time before we get back to normal. It's one of those things.
Yeah, the amount of like, oh, this takeover talk, and everyone's given all these. What was it? The comment before that, was it about the date and stuff? Oh, that's really back in my head now. I've been
getting seen on Facebook posts and everything like that. I'm trying not to believe it, but there's been saying there's going to be a delay. There's going to be announcement happening on Monday. There's been reports that there's been linked to a Napoli defender. There's also reports.
Oh, mind Koulibaly, man. Wouldn't mind. You know, if you're going to advertise, a takeover.
Yeah.
Koulibaly.
There's been reports that Coutinho could be. Bosso might give permission.
Don't want him. Didn't want him.
Coutinho and.
Do you know what Coutinho's becoming? Because Coutinho's become a bit of a journeyman. Like, he didn't do so well at Liverpool, went to Barcelona, went somewhere else, and he's got to Bayern Munich, and now he's becoming one of them players where you think everybody seems to want him, but like he's not really achieving anything. Like he went, I'm going to go to Barcelona to start winning the Champions League. Liverpool won the Champions League the year after, and they could have won it the year after that.
Oh yeah, and then he went on. Sorry, they won the Champions League before. Yeah, but then he went on loan to Bayern Munich and he won the Bundesliga there.
Wouldn't want
him. And there's also reports that there was agreements for Pochettino if the takeover does happen. So there's been reports left, right, and centre, and for me, I just don't. Well,
apparently, was it this morning? I was linked with the job as well. So I mean, you know, to take with the result.
Well,
I'm not kidding you. Like it was in the paper. They were basically saying, "Oh, he's got such club knowledge." But Newcastle will definitely give him a couple of year contract. Honestly, I was flattered. Couldn't believe it.
Just gonna go read,
I don't know. It's just one of those reports.
Sheikh Mohammed bin Salman's actually choosing Shogi as the next manager. You know what I mean? What?
I'm just gonna go read it.
I think he's now become a fan of your channel. That's why he likes you.
Oh, he does, mate. Oh, if we get bought out, the channel name's going to get changed from Toonami TV, Bin Mohammed. What was it? Sheikh Mohammed bin whatever. It's going to be called something along that lines.
Right.
I'll change the name around just so it's not his full name. I don't want to get done for whatever. I'll change it around.
Yeah.
There's more comments through. So Chris said UFC says hi Liam in UFC. Hope the takeover happens next week or soon. I mean, very soon. Well, hopefully it does happen soon.
I do hope so, because then the day everyone's itching to get this over and done with. That's what
I've always said at the end of the month. I've always, even when it was getting spoken about like 2 weeks ago, oh, it's going to happen at the end of April. It's going to happen at the start of May. I've always said if you're going to get a takeover happening, it's going to happen at the end of May, where you've got a bit more time to try and get it sorted out, and we'll have a good idea within a month and a bit where it's going. Like, moving businesses around and moving like ownership and stuff, that's not an easy thing. It's not an overnight process.
I definitely
yeah, it's just going to take time, because then the day I don't want to have.
Yeah, well, Andy Lee says we just have Solomon Rondog back at the club when it goes through. If I had new owners, I'd look for someone that's definitely more better.
Look elsewhere.
I would because he's been first season unbelievable. 1 season wonder. But if he does, if Walenshaw had that offer from Newcastle, he will take it in a heartbeat, no hesitation.
Well, Jonathan Young, another 3 weeks at least of the lockdown. The takeover talk is keeping us all sane. Definitely. Rumours that the lockdown will be extended for another 3 weeks, but some things might ease a little bit, but we'll just got to wait and see when.
I think in another 3 weeks I can see it.
So
I think we just have to be patient. At the end of the day, I said this yesterday, there's no point everyone getting on the high horse. Oh, the takeover is going to happen. It's going to happen this day, that day. That's why everybody's driving themselves and saying, listen, just be patient. And if you be patient, good things happen to those who wait.
I'm a bit surprised if my friends not messaging me about it and saying, "Oh, we'll wait for the takeover." But I think I'm scared them off, so just be patient.
Oh no, honestly, just stay patient. If you stay patient, it happens. It will happen. You know what I mean? If it doesn't happen now, it will happen when you just expect it.
I've been patient for me, because at the end of the day,
you have to. We've got no choice. You haven't got a choice.
Yeah.
Chris NUFC says Poch would be nice to get. Yeah, I would definitely give him a chance, Pochettino. Andrew NUFC, Andy Lee, yes, Rondon was a beast for us. He was at that time, and when we had him that season.
He was a beast.
Well, Lawrence Taylor, I forgot to mention before, Wolves beat us 2-0. They lost 4-0 at home to Bonzi on the same night we smashed QBR.
Yeah, but that's the championship is so unpredictable. That's why I like the championship. It's so unpredictable.
Chris said UFC lockdown is lifted on Monday, I heard. I think they said they could be extended, but they might ease some of the bit, but don't get your high hopes up. I'm
not getting my hopes up yet, because I got a feeling it's going to be extended, because you've seen the death rate, it's gone really, it's been up and down, but it's gone high again. Yeah.
He says with the peak, but we're not too short. Are we at the peak?
Nobody knows.
We don't know, because they say we're past the peak, but I don't know.
I don't think we'll have, though, because if it's still going up and it's still going down, surely if you pass the peak, it then starts to decrease, and then finally you start uplifting the lockdown, but it's been going down, then going up. That's not the peak, is it?
No.
But none of them know, really.
We'll do well away for some new comments. What are your thoughts and reasons why it's time for Mike Ashley to now sell this football club now?
I'd say so. Mike Ashley should sell it right here, right now, because at the end of the day, 13 years of the club, he's done nothing but goes to relegation twice, not put much money into the club, not put much for the series, nothing much to the youth system, nothing much to the 7 players non-stop. That's it. And then force Keegan out, force Rafa Benitez out. He should go. End of the day, he's done nothing but bringing Newcastle really a bad name, and plus we also felt embarrassed as well. It's just we're
being relegated twice.
Yes, and I never witnessed relegation in my life. I've been a Newcastle fan. I was expecting Newcastle to be in the top 10 or top 7. That's what I was hoping. But now relegation twice in your lifetime, in my lifetime, that's never thought in a million years will happen.
Laughing at the fans as well. Do you know when he's in the stadium and he starts laughing when we're getting beaten? It's like, why would you laugh at the club that you've actually bought? A club that's probably got
that's a good thing. That's a good thing, because every time I've sit somewhere, I try to look at the director's box and I was looking for Mike Ashley. What's he looking and all that? That's why I keep looking at. Where's Mike Ashley? He's going to be looking like a.
Do you know what it is? Do you know what? I tried it with me binoculars one day, but apparently the glass came in because they seen him, and he broke the glass just by looking at his face. So. Nah, I'm joking.
Is that Lee Chumley, the Humpty Dumpty? I describe him as Humpty Dumpty.
No, basically the man who can't speak. That's what I like to call him.
Man can't speak. Yeah, but he says he's when Mike Ashley has an idea, he goes, "Yes, man."
Chris NUFC, we are past the peak. Well, are we really?
I don't know.
I don't even believe a word of it, me. I honestly don't. I keep hearing the same old stories every day. Oh, we're past the peak. If we're past the peak, right, we wouldn't be getting as many deaths as we're getting now, unfortunately. But, it's all tragic. No. Like, nobody knows anything. Like Rafa says, you don't know the facts.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Jose Rodriguez, Roblox and Mo says, how do Premier Leagues that get relegated from the Premier League don't get promoted back up? It's either because the Championship is so competitive, or most clubs do not learn from the mistakes when they get relegated.
They get very competitive. Yeah, very competitive.
It also depends on it depends on who you as a manager, like who your manager is, like who you like sell, who you invest in. There's a lot of factors as to why you don't come back up.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's just like if you've seen the Championship now back in years ago, it shows you it's getting more and more competitive, and people want to, and the clubs want to get to the Premier League, the promised land of the Premier League.
Lawrence says,
I want to see other clubs in the league. I want to see Brentford in the Premier League one day if they do get up at some point.
Lawrence says, we'd keep lockdown going. Think we've passed the peak, but it's not as simple as going every day after the peak. Any restaurants / pubs want to reopen should only do deliveries. Well, I heard some of the fast food places are only opening for deliveries and drive-throughs, like McDonald's and KFC. But I think it's only doing South where McDonald's have opened.
Did you see? Yeah, it's open 50 branches there, but it's not open where we are. So I'm not too fussed about it. It's just people get mad over it because they're used to it.
Definitely true. Andy Lee says, I would love to see Pappy Cisse back. He's better than Joe Linton. probably a bit. He'll be well into his 30s.
I thought he was going to take Denver Ball. I thought Denver Ball was going to come back, but Pablo Cisse, he had a 1.5 season wonder, and then next week went downhill from there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Chris, NUFC, Mike Gash, he has no respect for fans. He is a big mug. Absolutely true. Should definitely.
Oh yeah. Remember that? Remember when after he had a meeting with the players and the manager, he does it like that and put his 2 fingers. Everyone thought he put 2 fingers.
When he took the players in the out for a meal at some restaurant in Ponteland, and there was fans waiting outside the restaurant for him to come out, and he quickly got into the car he was gone back to, and he just, I did that, Jon.
Yeah. It's a bit uncomfortable he did that, because how are you supposed to put your hand like that, but doing like that, that's uncomfortable. He's used to that.
Like going down, if he's on, it must be on about that going down, staying up, or going down, going up song. Can't remember that. Definitely. Hey,
well, we're definitely going down with Mike Ashley and George.
It's the magical roller coaster of Newcastle United, because next week we're up, next week we're down, next week we're up, we're now always down again.
No, I'm just waiting for some more comments to come through. So far.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, you're not on the road to 3,000 subscribers, Sharky, now?
Yeah, I don't know how many subscribers I got now, but it was yesterday I got 2,900, and now I'm on 2,922 or something like that. So, yeah, the hard work's paying off, just little by little, just keep being consistent and just trying to be better than what I was before.
Absolutely, yes.
I've been watching it, and plus I've been watching your this week, and it's getting more and more better. And plus, how you presented it from the start, then right to the end, and brilliant.
And with the talks of the takeover as well, definitely.
Yeah, I think. Do you know what it is? And I don't want to sound harsh here, but I don't like to take advantage. I don't really like to talk about a takeover if it's like not true, but I think this one's got legs. I really do. I wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't interesting. But as well, while there's nothing else to talk about regarding football, if it regards your football club, of course you're going to talk about it. You're going to try and take as much advantage of it as possible, get more fans in on your channel. Yeah. I don't have any regrets talking about the takeover. None.
Yeah. Well, Chris NUFC says we should get.
He's been linked with Arsenal. Robbie's been talking about him. They reckon he's going to Arsenal. No. Well, no, but actually, you say that if we get taken over, why can't we get a Cardiff? Like we're a lot more richer than Arsenal. Apparently.
Yeah. I'm going to put the link back in case anyone new joins up in the live.
I'm going to fight tooth and nail for him.
Apparently, Aubameyang was linked with Chelsea.
I've heard about that as well.
I heard thoughts on it.
Imagine how funny that would be if you went.
Well, I think a lot of Arsenal fans are going wild.
I'd look to see. I think it'd be funny. Imagine. No. What happened was Aubameyang got his move to Chelsea, and they were looking for a striker. You can have Andy Cole if you like.
Jonathan Young says, "Did any of you watch the 2-0 debate on Monday?"
Oh, is that with Chi on? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. How can you watch it? I couldn't watch it. There was that many people in the bleak. I couldn't hear what they were saying.
Oh, well, it looks like Lawrence wants to join the stream.
The problem is you have a big group and you have to go one people in the other.
For the first time ever, Peter, since doing a stream, I've not ended the stream with you, so it's time for my first bow. So, yeah, lads, it's been nice to talk to you. I'll keep watching.
Thanks so much, and feel free to check them out.
Shocky. Talk to you again on Saturday on stream.
Tell them on the road to 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, thanks, lads. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your stream, man. Good night.
Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Take it easy, man. Stay safe.
Bye. Yeah, you too.
Right, we'll get Lawrence on the stream now. So here he comes.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
All right. Thanks.
So, Lawrence,
give me the
reasons why it is time for Mike Ashley to now sell this football club.
Sorry?
Why it is time now for Mike Ashley to sell this football club now?
There's loads of reasons. He should have probably sold, as I mentioned in the comments, he should have sold it like when Keegan left.
Think of all the bad things he's done as well.
Yeah.
Loads to name from, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, the latest one you could see he did was putting all the non-playing stuff on furlough leave.
Yeah.
I know, that's shocking. That
Yeah, they're not. They're not
Disgusting.
like playing for the club. They're not part of the team, but at least they're still part of the football club as part of their job.
And plus keeping their crowd up and their fans up, their needs and all that, and plus like food and everything and drinks and that. It's just really shocking that how we treat this, how my gosh is done to the staff that's not down them, because how we keep the fans hospitality and all that, and it's just really not on to do that.
Yeah.
Aye. Oh, definitely yes. Aye. Chris NUFC, Mario Italia for a name on the left hand side and Jane Sancho on the right hand side. Oh, that would be a deadly partnership that if that was to happen.
I heard Portsy's been linked to other clubs, and
Who else?
to get him that'd be brilliant. But
I know Sancho has as well.
yeah,
aye.
I think he'll go to Man United. He's cost
Chelsea.
200 million. He's
United
not expensive.
really are taking an interest in bringing him in.
Aye.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Aye. So
questions from the people.
still waiting for more comments, but again, I'll put the link in the comments for new people to join in the stream as well. So yeah, hopefully we can get Archer in at some point because he said he would join it again at some point if he could. But
I'm a bit surprised. I was gonna message him, say if he's gonna be part of it.
Dubsy, if that's how you pronounce it. I've seen we might get Lingard. I don't see why we need him as he's been shocking lately. I wouldn't have him at the football club for a start.
Nah, he's not been featured in Man U or anything like that.
I mean, who the Daily Mail guy linked us with next out Man United? Pereira, Rojo, because they're linked with Phil Jones already.
Phil Jones.
And now Lingard.
He makes funny faces when he heads the ball or anything like that, or tackles.
Yeah, I'd rather give that to Frankie led lad a chance.
Juicy Rodriguez, Roblox Samo says, if the takeover happens, what players would you like to stay and which ones to let go? The main players are definitely gives the likes of Dubravka, Almiron, St. Maximum, could be the long stuff to build around them.
Yeah.
Their breasts.
Yep.
But majority of the other players I wouldn't mind seeing the back of them. If we know we can get better, definitely. Possibly Lascelles I'd actually keep as well.
What's I gonna say? For me, I'd keep Dubravka for definite. Cher, Lascelles. I'd say Shelby, but that's kind of just because he signed a new contract.
That's the thing.
I'd be tempted to sell him if he hadn't.
Three players already
Maxman,
signed the contract is Matty, Shelby, and also it's been reports that the other's been extended. There's been reports they're trying to get Matty Longstaff long term as well.
Yeah,
so
I think that'll happen.
That will happen.
Yeah, I think it will happen after the takeover.
For me, I'll keep Almiron, Maximin, Dubravka, and Fernandez. Fernandez has been unbelievable as a defender.
He just signed a contract. He just signed an extension, so I think he'll have another year and then he'll leave. I'd like to sign Williams, but if we don't, then we can get better.
I would like Williams on a
payment. He's been teasing on Twitter saying that he wants to stay because he wants to be permanent. He wants to say this is not like him.
I'm not sure on Lazaro yet.
So he's been teasing in.
Same with I'm not still unsure.
I think he is better in the position he played against West Brom and Southampton.
I'm not too sure as well if I'd bring him in.
Neither am I. I mean, I think he was like posting something about his time here. I was thinking, what's this a hint of? But we've never seen anything. As for the strikers, I'd get in 3 new strikers.
Happy with strikers we've got, or happy to sell them all on.
Strikers back to England. Yeah. Give it a Linton, give it a few others.
I think Gale's the only one I could see staying because his wages are putting off championship clubs.
Possibly. Messi in the middle, in the midfield. To Koulibaly at centre back. Well, Lascelles, God, you'll get carried away there, Chris.
Couldn't work, but if Messi does decide to come, he can't allow be insane. But nah, It could work, but I don't know.
I think
Used to
Koulibaly
Barcelona.
could be Fernandez's replacement next summer.
Possibly. Brian Ofsky Balbuster says, I'm taking Mandy away the tune for a drink as the takeover goes through. Ha, nice. Jonathan Young says,
Mandy.
Mohammed bin Salman's Barmy Army.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Andrew
that'd be a nice
NFC,
flag. That happens.
Andrew NFC says, Koulibaly, Kondogbia, Munua, if that's how you pronounce him. Cavani would be brilliant signs, possibly.
Yeah.
It's a
I mean, Kondogbia
It looks a
could be
good
like
sign, and
the replacement for Bentaleb.
there is one named at the late.
Yeah. That's possibly. So
Could be a good sign of it. That could happen. They kind of already know for them. He still got it.
yeah. Yeah, Andy Lee, I would like to see one go back for our shirt sponsor.
Nah.
I think it was a dodgy sponsor to deal with. I
No
mean, the
chance.
first few times that one got just printed on my shirts, it was just. I didn't mind how it was in the championship, though. I mean, that looked a bit more better, but still,
Yeah.
still a dodgy sponsor. Like,
Yeah,
still
much
kept some
better
of
than
them,
88.
and
company to start off with.
I think they'll get Aramco, I think is it called, that's been on the league kits.
It's just something like a Wonga. If you like take so much money out, you've got to give so much back or something like
Exactly.
Mhm.
that. Crazy.
Been crazy since.
Yeah.
Well, just wait and see more comments, but we'll also wait and see if more people do want to pop in the stream again at some point. So, yeah.
Yep, no.
Oh. So he's been doing the day, lads. Been doing much or not really?
Just on the virtual pub quiz, got to be honest, this is probably the questions are absolutely terrible this time.
Oh well.
Well, you're going to host a quiz on Sunday, so the pressure's
I've
on you.
been putting questions in. I mean, I've been like choosing some questions, but yeah, as for topics, I think I'll reveal that like later in the week in our group chat.
Yeah, Brian Ofsky Balbuster says he wouldn't mind seeing
look forward to it.
He's not a bad player, I would say. I think he's a
Brendan.
decent young lad. I think
He's not
still
bad. He's had a good season for Sound this season.
Yeah.
So I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Even though he's had a bit of a up and down for the past few seasons, so I'd say yeah. I wouldn't mind having him. He could work well under. It's gonna be half bound for the midfield position because there's a few good ones, but I like him.
I think we need
a maximum or a one. That will work.
Yeah. I think we need a winger or two, personally. I mean, ship Atsu out.
Work.
Atsu can go for me, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Murphy and Aaron's I'd get rid of as well.
Yeah, if you had the number one more player, that's you.
Sorry?
People said they would still probably give Jacob Murphy a chance, but Jose says I would love Newcastle to buy Max Aarons and Cantwell from Norwich. Max Aaron sounds a bit of a
I'll take them.
Good right back. Chris NUFC, Mo Salah for us. He's probably happy in Liverpool at this moment of time.
No.
He's proud of probably winning the Premier League.
Nah. That'll be insane to forget him because there was apparently he was linked to be signed with us before he was signed to Liverpool. It didn't happen.
Nah, this was like 2011. Apparently, saying his biography, we could have signed Monroe, but we didn't do it. I mean, let's be honest. People saying we would have had. People saying like how, like we would have had the same player now. Nah, no chance. Not under the coaching we had back then. I mean, Pardew got rid of Ben Arthur. I mean, neglected him in favour of Sammy Amiobi and Gabby Obertan.
Yeah.
So I don't see why he would have done anything with Salah, especially, at like 19.
I move on Pardew.
And he was only 1 year long.
Ben Arthur was being unbelievable.
Brianovsky Ballbuster says, Atsu, bless you, lol. Ha ha ha, God, tell us about it. Championship player at best, Christian Atsu.
Who does he support, that guy? Bless. Who does he support him?
I'm not sure I've asked him, actually.
Yeah, he's more of a championship player than a
If you don't mind us asking.
I wonder if it might be like Everton or Bournemouth or Chelsea, who he didn't make it at.
Something like that.
Here's another one. This is a new one. Says Laka17. He says, would you have Enomustitz, if that's how we pronounce him, from Germany?
I've never heard of him. Tell us more about him.
Liam,
I never heard of him either.
Says, what's up, bro?
Is he from like Bundesliga?
Yeah, I've just never heard of him. So it's kind of like why I've asked for a bit more info on him. Position, what club he plays for, like his age.
Yeah, if he's playing for some Bundesliga team or somewhere.
All right.
Look, who could be ready to join in about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I hope.
Yep.
He says, yeah.
UFC,
take your time, Marsha. I'll be going next.
Liam says, would you take James Ward-Prowse from Southampton and Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, as we do need a midfielder? Ward-Prowse possibly again.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ward's from Southampton. Jack Grealish now with a reputation what he did.
He's pretty, by the way. Oh, so wow, right. I've seen him.
Yeah, but I'll take nothing of that.
Also, it was pretty. It was but again, thank you for popping up in the live stream before, and Chris and UFC. What about Roberto Firmino and Sadio Mane would be nice. Oh, Chris. You just want to see us buy more. You just want to see us to get all the players from Liverpool. Probably see the league at this point.
Yeah, I've been getting messages saying, "Oh, wait, this player was." I would wait till the table.
Grealish would be a good sign, maybe.
Yeah.
Dubsy, wouldn't mind seeing Grealish on the left. I think he's more of a number 10.
Maybe.
I was going to say, this is on the third anniversary, by the way, of that goal he scored against Brighton that got us the title.
Oh, yes, because we won the championship as well.
Oh, yes. I remember that. Oh, yes, he did. He scored that. And then that Brian Fox. And, oh, my God. Well, he shot more, but losing to the championship. And make matters worse, a person who made the score saying Brighton are champions. Oh,
yes, I remember.
He wasted all his time knitting the score saying champions of championship, and then next minute he didn't win the championship. Oh.
Liam and
Oh God!
Says, would you have Kubu? He's got on the net called Take Fusa Kubu. Never
heard of him. Again, tell us more info about him.
Andy Lee says, "Oh, would you have Mike Ashley, sports director?"
Never heard of him.
Absolutely.
If he's from some company, I would.
Hell no! Hell no! Hell no!
Big no from me. Will not buy that shirt.
Aye.
Hell won't we have like 2 more weeks for
Jose Rodriguez, Roblox, most says, Mike Ashley left Rangers and FC. Yes, he has now.
Yeah.
At Liam and UFC again. I was there when we won the championship against Barnsley Hall. Backed out St James's Park. Oh, Liam and UFC's on about that player.
I was at something birthday.
Again, I'll have to look where more about him.
I didn't see I'm not sure. I didn't really see much of Japan in the last World Cup, and that's the time
just give me the name of the player now. Look on Facebook.
Yes, I must be.
If I knew who he was, then I wouldn't know because I watched World Cup. And
actually, did he come on?
Yeah, Japan did reach the and then next year.
Well, Sharky says. Well, Sharky just says. Toonami 2, Sharky, Toonami 2. I would love to see France Select come into the first team. He's quality and he's future and could be worth a lot more money in the future. Yes, very chance. I think he'll probably be in within a shouting chance. Very soon.
Wasn't he on the bench against Rochdale?
Could have.
when
Only he
we
did make
had
the
so many
bench
injuries
more.
in the back. Because I remember we had so many injuries at the back.
Yeah, I can remember. Andy Lee just said laughing faces. Don't know what he's referring to. Andrew Johnson says, I prefer
Andy
a
Lee.
Brownie sponsorship with 50p. Yeah, I definitely would take that as well,
Yeah.
rather than shitty direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50p, that's cheap.
Paddy says he's
He's
18
from
from Real Madrid.
Hmm?
Cool.
Oh, the Junk Club.
NUFC says,
Is your built from the youth and then
Yeah.
now in the first team?
looking forward for the new owners to invest in the youth development. I definitely need that. Dubsy says, we'd like to see Son and Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I said
Fernandes
on
will
the
probably
previous
finish
channel.
with Man United and Son.
Not
Common.
realistic.
He's already taking. He's now manual. He's now settled well now.
What about Mike Hunt? Maybe for the future. Toonami TV, he's going to get a French
Take
cup in
him,
the next
if
5
he-
years. He's all about France Select.
Mm,
Ability won't surprise me.
Potentially.
Or that JLC Rodriguez, what's
Could
says,
happen.
Mallorca on loan at this moment of time.
All right. What if Keith Young can tell us about him because he's went there after he left us?
Oh, well, this is getting game time. Yeah.
Liam NUFC says, Edward from Celtic and the Rangers striker, would you take that? He's on about Morelos from Rangers.
I'd take
Wouldn't
Edward.
think he's got a chance, even though Peter says Morelos, he's got a
He's
bit
too
of a
good for
but
league. He's
I
too
think
I
good.
probably take Morelos as well.
I think majority of the players that play for like Celtic and Rangers are far too good for that league, and
Yeah.
definitely. Toonami TV Shark.
Oh yeah, wait.
Koulibaly themselves.
League partnership, that would be 2 sticks of rock at the back. I definitely would.
Yeah.
Chris and UFC, I will get Donny
That
Van.
will work. That will work. I think it will work.
Yeah, I'd take him. I mean, try and get him
I'll
before
take him
Barca do.
100%. He's unbelievable for Ajax.
Aye. Morelos.
Andrew and UFC, Morelos has been likened to Rondon. Will be interested to see him lead the line for us, possibly, maybe one time.
Because I think Keith Downey mentioned it when he did an interview with the Magpie channel.
Could happen.
Yeah, Liam and UFC buys. What about Daniel James? Well, just come up from the championship, so
Yeah, potentially.
I would say.
If he's got potential and
Jovic
also
from Madrid.
the pace, he would do it.
Toonami TV says Jovic from Real Madrid will be ideal for us. I've heard that name being mentioned as well. So
I think because things haven't worked out for him at Madrid, I think a loan with an option to buy would be the best deal for us.
yeah, Liam and UFC says you can get players in Scotland.
Yeah,
Yes,
you can.
Steve Beck says, which player would you get rid of? Far too many that need to be shut
definitely.
up this football club, definitely.
For me, Atsu, Muto, Gale, Carroll.
Yeah, I think get rid of Deadwood.
I think Mankey will go. I don't think we'll sign Bentaleb. Kraft I'd sell as well. Darlow and Elliott I'd release as well.
Yeah.
Terry and Colback as well can go. Solka and Sabet and Lazar. I keep forgetting that those last 4 are actually at the club.
Well, it looks like Thingy could be about to join the stream. So who doesn't mind leaving the stream next?
Take a guess who's about and let's play I'm going.
Dean, would you mind
I'll
leaving the
go.
stream for Archer? Yeah, no problem. Okay, so Archer, I'll send you the link.
Yeah. If I good Tony's again, we'll talk against.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andy Lee, just read some more comments before Archer does join in. Silvermac, I would love to see my all-time favorite for a coaching job. What do you think?
Yeah, we did.
Maybe.
If he was to
know-
come back to some hard run in the club, but
I met him a couple of I met a couple of times at No Shields
He'd be
games.
good in that Newcastle United. Yeah, I've seen him. I've seen him when I was at the ground. He was he's like no Shields.
Yeah.
Andrew Johnson, Sal Muto and Gale, buy a striker who scores goals in most of the league.
Yeah.
Danny Ings, maybe, possibly.
I'd take Ings. I'd take Ings.
And he's good him. Yeah, he's good him, Danny Ings.
Toonami TV Sharky Insigne from Napoli apparently has been sold. He will be quality for us. Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibility. Chris NUF says he would
There's
get Benzema from
that's
Real Madrid.
no
Not realistic.
about that.
Yeah, fine. Liam NUFC, I've seen Gareth Bale get
Like
mentioned.
Benzema's been
Continue.
just been a bit up.
Well, but I mean, Gareth Bale should quit Madrid because they're treating him like dog shit.
That'd be insane if Bale comes back to Premier League.
Very, very soon. Liam NUFC Vip says Joe Linton.
Yeah, Zidane has no favours.
Yeah.
Well, I think I think he's ready to come in. So said Dean, you don't mind leaving? Okay, so thank you for coming on, Dean. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yeah, and good to cheers again. And I'll talk to you again soon. Take it easy, boys. See you. Bye.
See you later, Dean. Thank you for coming
in.
Let's get him in then. You know who it is.
Hello.
Wake up! What up with that hat?
What?
What's up with the hat, man?
I'd just stick it on for the crack.
Aye.
Guys?
The funny thing is, Archer, I'm actually drinking Guinness.
Oh, yeah. I'm on the calling.
Yeah.
I had a bottle of San Miguel for me quiz.
Yeah. Let's just go through some more comments. Ian Smith says, Ian, hope you're all good. Yeah, all good, thanks. He's also another YouTuber, so feel free to check him out as well. Andrew NUFC says, evening, mate. And Ian Smith just replying to Andrew NUFC. And Liam NUFC says, I would get good young players. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah, we definitely need young players.
That's what we need to start with.
Chris NUFC, Andy Cole is the direct ambassador for us, possibly as well.
I don't know if he'll leave Man United because I think he has a role there.
Steve Beck, Alan Shearer as director.
Oh yeah,
I would happy to have him back. Like,
yeah.
Calvert-Lewin looks the real deal, but not sure if he would leave Everton.
Yeah. I think if he's going to leave Everton, it will be like a bigger club.
Yeah, definitely.
And if he was to us, it would be like sometime when he's like more proven.
Yeah. Andrew NUFC says, "I good cheers." Why not? Josie Rodriguez says, "Why not get a player from Brazil that he's young and could probably become the next Neymar to Newcastle?" Well, we thought Joe Linton could have been that when he came in. He's only early 20s, and look what's happening.
He's crap, Joe Linton.
Aye.
Andrew NUFC says St. Paddy's Day because he'll get us out of
Hey!
Football Friend FC, thank you for joining in the live stream. Adam Lallana will be good. I think he's getting a bit on now. William from Chelsea, maybe. He's done pretty well there.
I think he'll be going to Liverpool, I think.
Yeah.
William,
I think he might be going to Liverpool.
I've never heard of it, and I'm not sure Klopp would sign him. I don't think that'll happen. Anyway.
With him as well. And Toonami TV Sharky, hashtag cans. Hopefully. Liam NUFC says, would you still go to Gates games next season regardless of our takeover? Yes, I would definitely wouldn't mind getting
I'm the same.
Yeah, I mean, like if there was more like
the same
game on that day, or I would get back to Gates. It's always good to support the non-league clubs as well.
And
Andrew NUFC says Willian will be quality, possibly. Shoggy again, Toonami TV, Les Ferdinand as director of football in Newcastle. He's done a good job at QPR. Yeah, why not?
That'll probably happen because of the Reuben brothers.
Absolutely. Well, Ian Smith replying to Shoggy's comments is great shout on Sir Les, has experience in the role and loves NUFC too.
Yeah.
Dagley shouldn't have sold him that time.
I would bring Ferdinand back in, like.
Yeah. And he's done a good work at QPR from what I've heard.
Yeah.
How about Alex Ferguson for caretaker? And Andy Lee says, would you have Willie McCall, our new goalkeeping coach, one of my favourites? Possibly. Never say never. Right. Because I'm waiting for some more. And he says Andy Lee, he must be about 80 now.
I don't know how these are getting suggested. Like,
Well, Archer, since you've come in the stream, give me the reasons why it is time Mike Ashley gives up this football club now.
Basically, for me, his time is up for Newcastle because he has done nothing. 13 years of absolute 13 years of absolute carnage. He's based like with the Alan Shearer at the Shearer's bar. He changed that to 9 bar. Which he shouldn't have done because all the Newcastle fans always think it's Shearer's bar, but obviously it's 9 bar. But everyone thinks it's Shearer's bar. I think it's Shearer's bar. It should be changed. But then you've got the stadium back end of 2012-13, I think it might have been, when he changed it from St James's Park then to Sports Direct Arena.
Well, actually, it was from St James's Park to sportsdirect.com at St James's Park when we won the championship in the 09-10 season. And then a couple of years later, I think got put to the Sports Direct Arena.
Absolute. It's just he's got to go. He knows he's got to go. Like because in this predicament, he needs to leave. He needs to leave this club, because he's just ruined the club. He's just ruined it. All he thinks about is the money, and he doesn't think about the club. He doesn't think about the fans.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't think about anything but himself and his little Shih Tzu dog that's sitting next to him, and all he thinks about is the money.
Oh,
that's Mike Ashley. But it's time to bring these new. It's time to bring these new owners in and lift the spirit up for the fans, and hope we can aim for at least top 10. I would say top 10 to start off with, and then gradually see where we go upon the season. But we need to bring in some young players in, and we need to invest on the youth academy as well. The youth academy also needs to be done as well.
Absolutely.
Because we had like the Amiobi brothers, Paul Dummett, Andy Carroll, the Longstaff brothers.
The Amiobis weren't that good.
I know, and then obviously you've got this other kid who's starting to progress. I think he's called Owen Bailey, I think he is, but he's like a centre attacker midfielder.
I think he's the captain for the under-23s.
Owen Bailey. I've heard about Owen Bailey, but we just need to like bring them into the first team. But Mike Ashley needs to go. Like I've never liked him since the day he actually bought the club back in 2007, and he's done nothing. I've never rated him. I loved it when Sir John Hall was there, and Sir John Hall and Freddie Shepherd, because they were great. But what got me is when he got Kevin Keegan back for the second attempt, and Kevin Keegan didn't really know these players to bring in.
Cisco and Gonzalez.
Isisco Gonzalez that he's never even known, and then
Aye.
then you had obviously Colaccini and Gutierrez. They came in the I think it was the January.
No, it was
Yeah.
that summer.
Oh, was it summer? I thought
Aye.
I thought it was it January, but I hate Keegan wanted his own players in, but it was between Dennis. Was it Dennis Wise back then?
Dennis Wise. There was also Tony Jimenez.
I hate Dennis Wise. He's hoping. Why would Dennis Wise would be part of Newcastle?
Shorty.
He
Well,
doesn't even.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll just read some more comments now, and he says, "Nah, William won't go to Liverpool because they have a good enough attack." Yeah,
Exactly.
I don't think you'd expect he'll get much game time there. Brianovsky Ballbuster says, "I would love it, just love you if Fergie was appointed bog attendant."
Bog attendant.
Steve Beck says, "I drink a lot of drink to celebrate freedom for Mike Ashley." I don't blame you, pal. If this
Aye.
takeover was to happen. Liam NUFC Vibe says, "PD Proudlock, thank you for the sub. Cheers, I forgot to thank you." Yeah, no problem. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Look what shock he's just said. Mike actually charge of window licking duty. Wouldn't surprise me if he was doing that and just did to no one.
Well, he can't window licking. Well, he can't do that in Marks and Spencers if he wants.
Oh man. Yeah, Andy Lee says Willie McFall is 76-year-old off.
I think he might have had a spelling charge of when we got relegated that season.
Yeah. Would you want to keep St James's Park to expand more seats or keep it just the same? I think change the seats definitely. I think
make them black and white.
You can, because I don't think there's any way you can expand more on the ground.
Aye.
Would you change the capacity, like, even though it holds like what 50?
Maybe later down the line.
Aye.
Yeah. Just Liam UFC says Toonami TV, good mate. Steve Beck, we can all celebrate when Ashley has gone, and I'll be all celebrating. Yeah, nice one. I think a lot of fans will be as well. Andy Lee says your maid looks had a few of these. He's pissed.
Is that me?
Liam in UFC, if Nottingham Forest gets promoted, Sammy Amiobi will be replaced. That's a possibly. Football Fred says, great show, lads. I cheers very much. First time seeing this. Keep up the grind. Yeah, will do. Cheers. Appreciate for the comment. Jeremy was saying to the Keegan or before, wasn't it? He was
last time I was made him captain.
Jeremy. Oh my, I remember Jeremy.
Aye. I'd have to split Scully as well when we lost 2-1.
Liverpool and Man United both one team will win, or what club will he go to?
I would say Liverpool.
Yeah, potentially.
Steve Beck says, bring back the flats. Is he on about, that's that scene from Purely Better when you see Jerry and Sue looking up at the game.
I have to watch that film.
Oh, it's brilliant, man. Watch it.
Mike Ashley's in it as well.
What's he doing in it?
Well, he's that fat geezer, isn't he? The kid that hangs around with a lad. It's the two of them, and they always go to Poundland. Aye, they got to Poundland.
I mean, if I remember correctly, I think he might a bit like Mark, who used to be on Newcastle Fans TV. I think also seemed like an HITC skit video. There was the Chelsea one when they were doing the act of Kepler refusing to get off the pitch in the cup final.
Ian Smith says he did, Lawrence. He
He
was
did.
our manager after he played for us too, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, again, not that I remember, but my dad has fond memories of him. Oh.
Yeah. Because I think he won a trophy with us when he was the goalkeeper. Might have been in the first cup side.
If Andrew Johnson, 52,000 is more than enough. It just needs a lick of paint and black and white seats. Look at Dortmund, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely. Football Fred says, who do you lads fancy as new manager if Bruce isn't up to long term? I said I'll bring Rafa back, and I'll also give Pochettino a shout, definitely.
I'm the same. But whoever it is, I'll give him a chance.
I fancy Rafa.
Yeah.
Because Rafa's still got
Unfinished
Rafa's
business.
that's what I was going to say. Rafa's still got unfinished business at Newcastle.
Yeah.
Liam and UFC. Mike Ashley would sing faster than the Titanic. Oh, he definitely would.
Supposed to play it safe.
They bring the flags back. Oh, yes.
Aye.
Football friend NUFC. Julian Nagelsmann would be great. Young tactical football tactics. Maybe,
Yeah. I've heard good things about him.
I said bring back the flags. Oh, definitely bring the flags back, definitely. At this moment of time. Well, as I said, I'll keep posting the link in case we get anyone new joining up in the live stream at some point.
Yeah. So you're keeping?
Good.
Jonathan Young. Archer, Rafa, number one choice for me, then Poch, definitely. So, see, Archer, you been up to much today or not much?
Not much really, apart from just like writing lyrics, and that's about it.
Okay.
So I mean, not really being up to much.
No. Oh. Well, see if we get any more people pop up shortly, either in the live chat. Oh, Retro UFC G says, Ari lad.
Aye.
You Ari G.
Aye.
We love you, Jay.
Yeah. Liam and UFC, thoughts on the fans from other club call us ungrateful because we aren't in the same situation as Bury.
Well, we're not really. Like, everyone wants the club to progress.
Mm-hmm.
I want us to progress as well. Champions League, that's what I'm aiming for.
Like, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful for us not being in that position, but you know, how long can you be happy with what you've got?
Yeah, exactly. Liam and UFC, when you watch Gaethje, you should go to away games. I enjoy watching Leonia, right?
I've been
I might try that as a good idea, going to watch Gaethje playing away from home this time.
I've been to Hartlepool twice on like New Year's Days the last 2 seasons. Went to Harrogate Easter Monday last year. That was a cracking day in the sunshine, especially stopping at their spoons before the game. I went to York away, which was a good 1-1 draw on the bank holiday in August. I think I went to West Brom in the cup.
Was it with 7-0?
Actually, Newcastle played Rochdale, Oxford, Luton, West Brom in the cup recently. Gateshead played those teams. Went to Grimsby later that season, 2-2 draw. Like, it was only the last kick of the game that stopped them getting the win. Went to Wembley. What are the away days? I think that's probably about it. I was going to go to Farsi Celtic, and then obviously this happened. So I haven't seen any proper away day wins for Gateshead. And I'm not counting Dunstan or Whitley Bay as that because for obvious reasons.
Just get through some more. Do you guys know who Richard Key is? Oh, we know who Richard Key is, the prick.
I've forgot to mention, Gates, I watched the win 3-0 up live pre-season 2016. Don't know if you can count that. Because, I mean, it was a bus journey up from Haymarket. It is local rivals, but is it far enough for away? You know?
Oh, Jay says, not bad. Love you too, Archer.
Oh, don't forget the roses.
Oh, man. Steve Beck says, street party when Ashley's gone off.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me if that was to happen, aye. There you go. Yeah. Well, aye. So, do you think this lockdown's going to get extended by the looks of it?
Probably, and it should.
I think it's going to happen. Because
They said it could be extended, but some things might ease off. But again, we'll just wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, if they were gonna like be silly enough to like open pubs, restaurants soon, then I wouldn't want to go just for my health. Just because I think it's too early for that. So just keep it as it is. Yeah, open restaurants, pubs, as long as they're just doing deliveries.
Yeah, this morning time,
I think he's going. I think he's having to make an announcement Sunday, isn't he?
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
Oh,
it'll be during our quiz, so maybe we'll just stop for then.
Yeah,
I think he's doing. I heard that as something. If he's going to extend it, then it's going to be either another 3 weeks or 5 weeks.
I think 5 weeks should take it up to 12 weeks.
Liam, NUFC, how far is Bly from Gateshead? Well, I've just looked on Google Maps, about 16 miles.
I was actually going to have a look at, but you've done it.
Jay says, lol, haha, Archer. Jonathan Young says, 3 weeks at least. Yeah, wouldn't surprise me if the lockdown was to be extended.
Yeah.
Like, we're at the peak, but the death rates keep going up and down, up and down.
But I don't think we're going to get... I think 980 is like the most we've had in one day. So I don't think we're going to get that close. Because like even when they've added in community deaths, care home deaths, we haven't even got that. I think the highest was like 793. Like since the start, I had that in, and 980 came when we were just doing hospital deaths.
Yes,
and that was like 4 weeks ago. Because I've done graphs.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, it's kind of just to like make us a bit less anxious.
Jay says I can join you. You can come in at some point.
We'll
post the link in.
I was going to. What's going on?
This one, you said before.
Oh, what I said. Oh,
all right.
This is an interesting one. He says, Liam NUFC says, was you at Gateshead versus Oldham Lawrence? I know Pete and Sharky was. So were you there?
Yeah, I was there. Crack and goal from Agnew, just a shame that couldn't quite get the win.
When was that? Was that just
November.
this season?
Yeah, it was November. It was their first round proper.
And I've been to a few games. Right?
It was the day after Newcastle beat Bournemouth.
So Andrew Johnson says if they reduce restrictions, it will spike again. Yeah, definitely would.
Oh, was it the FA Cup? Was it the FA Cup? Look? I was at the Bournemouth game, but I don't think I was at the Gateshead game.
But I think I've seen your inspired side on the pitch at the Alfreton game.
Yeah. Well, I think Jay wants to come in the stream now, so...
All right, I'll go.
Yeah, no problem, Lawrence. Thank you for coming in, and I'll just be with it coming from there, 2WTV Shoggy. Gateshead with a better side versus Oldham, they definitely will.
Okay.
And Oldham were very lucky that Sunday. Definitely was. Okay, yes, I said cheers, Lawrence, for coming on.
All right.
Thank you very much. Okay, we'll get Jay in Retro and UFC now. Here he is.
Hello,
Hi
my
there.
darling.
Hello.
Are you missing
Well,
me, not?
Where's me voices?
You guys in the cupboard for you, waiting for you, mate, the night tomorrow, son. I've got my voice on your bonnet. Little friend downstairs called Bob.
So, Jay, since you've just joined the stream, give me the reasons why it is time for Mike Ashley to sell his football club.
Because he's a greedy bastard. He eat all the pies. He isn't anymore.
Oh,
He
I want
doesn't
him
eat.
gone, Peter. I want him gone. He's been paid it, but I want him gone, mate. I'm just sick of him. 13 years of pure cotton bastard. You want him gone? I want him gone now. I'm sick of him. He needs to go. He doesn't took the club like he took the club like a buddy, like a toilet seat. Like bit like some trash. He doesn't care about the fan. All he cares about is his business and money.
Yep. 2RB TV Gates versus Oldham was on Remembrance Weekend. Yes, it was. Lehman UFC Archer's twin brother.
He's some handsomer than him, and some handsome. So am I. And the handsome one Archer.
Oh,
I want it. I just said about the lockdown situation, Peter.
Mhm.
I said about Scotland just having another 3 weeks in Scotland. Apparently, I've heard.
yeah, they are.
What we're doing then? What's up with us then? Or
You
what
see,
we?
when Boris gives his speech, they said they could do the same 3 weeks, but he's some restrictions, but very minor ones. But again, we'll just wait and see, I suppose.
No, he's called Doris Johnson. I call him Doris because he's Doris Johnson.
You call him Doris? Oh God!
What we do? It's a red thing.
Oh.
We'll go. Boris Johnson.
Doris, you might as well call him Morris.
Boris. And the day is I want to get out. We need to get out of this lockdown. Like we've been through it more than Scotland has. More than Scotland.
Yeah.
It's been a hard time for the football.
Bundesliga's probably come back this month as well.
I about that. That'd be good. They didn't get back in their football again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
I hope that soon on the takeover soon. Hopefully, soon.
apparently I just got a notification. It said apparently Kyle Walker's broken lockdown for a 3rd time.
Well, what's he done?
Kyle Walker again.
This is according to the Sun. Now let's quickly read it because I still haven't got any more new comments in that I've seen yet. But it says what's apparently done.
So that buddy Walker's Chris.
Drink driving?
Man City, Kyle Walker's faces cop quiz and £1,000 fine after breaking lockdown 3 times in 24 hours.
He must have done something.
Said the England defender, who's 29 years old, visited his sister for a party, then his parents, before cycling near a second pad he was renting.
Good hell, what a tit. There you go, fine for that, like. There you go, fine for that. Off the club now.
Yeah, well, some more comments. Liam and UFC, I went to watch Gates last season in Leyton Orient, and you lost 2-0. I was obviously in the Leyton Orient, and that was big when Gates had win the Conference League before, the National League before getting dropped down into the National League North because of the whole financial situation. Yeah. Jonathan York says Daily Star report and Takeover set to be announced next week all over Twitter. We'll just keep watching this space, definitely. Just keeping up to date and all that. Yeah. Says don't believe what you Shoggy says don't believe what you read in the Sun newspaper or online. It's bullshit. Aye. Definitely is a lot of Also, it's the same with the Daily Fail. He's on about the Daily Mail, but the Daily Fail,
Don't use it. Yeah, just people going. Well, I want that to happen. Like people talk just like crap. People
Oh, tell us
I
about
really
it.
want to see it on the TV.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna get back to football. I'm on.
You bored with our football, Jay?
I think we're both not watching at the minute.
Well, we can't really do anything, can we? All about health and safety.
I think on the league, hang on the league. Your team get on in the league this season.
Huh?
Your team get on in the league. Just what happened?
I think we were like 4th or something.
We finished straight apparently. According to the other team, got we won 22 points, and the other team was on the five team was on 20 points.
He's on about the teams you play for. Hi.
My team, we finished second. We were 1 point off the title this season. But we didn't get it.
So where's your dog, Archer? You should downstairs.
Oh, my dog. I just downstairs, just be sleeping probably.
Yeah.
Right. Gotta see one. What's going on?
That's all she does. Sleep.
Look at dogs, day. My dog is here.
Yeah, a couple more comments. Jonathan Young, to be fair, shocking. The whole takeover news started with newspapers releasing the info just about the Telegraph. Oh, well. And, Liam and USC, when you went to Gateshead versus Oldham, did Oldham make much noise?
Well, I know a fact I wasn't there because I went to the Bournemouth game. Because Gateshead were playing on the Sunday, which would have been the FA Cup.
What company was it? I'll come in. Remember that game, mate.
Joe C. Rodriguez says, who's the best relegation side to see this season in the Premier League? Oh.
I would say Norwich. Norwich and who else is in the bottom three? Villa,
Norwich,
Bournemouth. Choggy again, Toonami TV, Bundesliga parties back next weekend, but behind closed doors. I wonder if the Premier League and AFL will monitor the German league closely. Yeah, possibly will, because if you expect football to come back with any league that haven't voided their league so far, you should definitely say it'll definitely go behind closed doors, definitely. Lawrence, replying to Shoggy's comment, says we should save for the apparent reopen of the schools. Yes, definitely as well.
The kids are back to school. The kids should go back to school like that. It's impossible. The kids get bored too easily. The kids go back to school. It's too, but as they do that,
you need no one safe to do so.
They get back to normal. The schools get back to normal. Getting back there. No.
Liam and UFC 5 said Sony would be great. Definitely wouldn't go cheap like.
I would have him.
But I think Bayern Munich are after him as well.
Apparently, I heard that was supposed to be after Coutinho as well. Well,
yeah, I wouldn't
mind having Coutinho.
All right.
Talking about like 60 to 70 million.
For him, like these days.
Andrew and UFC, looking forward to see how it goes in the Bundesliga. Yeah, definitely. At least hopefully there'll be some football to watch at this time when it comes back. Liam and UFC, if football was to carry on, who do you want promoted with Leeds and West Brom? I want Nottingham Forest, but I think it will be Fulham. That's a tough one, actually.
I don't know.
One might see Brentford promoted, possibly Preston, maybe as well.
The Smuggies are not. The Smuggies are not. The other.
No one yet.
No one yet. I would go for probably Fulham.
Or Derby.
Derby in the playoffs. I'm not
Derby. Can you remember Derby when they won the Premier League? I think it was the 2007-8 season, and Derby was the only team that beat us that season. It was a 1-0 win, and it was at Pride Park.
Yeah, so Liam and UFC Vices now no schools. Fuck that, huh?
Or schools.
Lawrence says Sonny will probably leave Man City, but I think he'll go to Bayern. Yeah, I think he will as well. Sharky's just said, your thoughts on the NUFC women's team this season? I think they are a good side, given this was my first season watching them play. They are definitely attracting the crowds at Druid Park. Yeah, I've been definitely impressed with watching them as well. I like to go watch them play now as well, definitely.
I've been before.
Same.
I've been before.
Okay, you got to go watch it, Jay. Definitely, it's at Druid Park, which is not far from where the airport is. So
Yeah. I will watch next season when I come back. Yeah.
I'd definitely go back again.
Yeah.
Liam at UFC, my local team, Millwall, 2 points off the playoffs. Imagine them in the Premier League. Or they'll still act like scumbags wherever they'll go.
Millwall's a good side.
Steve Beck says, when Premier League starts, who do you think is going to be in charge of Newcastle? Hopefully the new owner soon, definitely.
And then you want to go Pochettino?
Manager-wise, I think give Steve Bruce till the end if the Premier League was to come back then. If we do get this takeover, look for someone who's got more of the experience.
Exactly.
Lawrence says he wouldn't mind see Preston get promoted if they were to win the playoffs, if that does come back. I don't think they've ever been in the Premier League before Preston North End, so
I have no. I don't know actually that.
Geordie says we'll love to see more homegrown talent in our team instead of looking abroad because there's some decent British players. Yeah, definitely. We've got to start looking more at the youth and see who's definitely now worthy of playing first team football now, because
Oh God.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
we probably wasted a lot of young talent.
Oh yeah, we have like we've wasted like Adam Campbell.
Yes,
Remember Adam Campbell, Adam Armstrong, who came through the ranks, but he didn't get a fair shot. There was someone called Donaldson, Ryan Donaldson, who was a striker. But he was playing for Gator at the time.
Was he?
Aye, on loan. Trying to think who else there was.
Aye.
There's been loads. I've never had a fair chance.
Remember as well, Ken Robertson. I remember him, mate. Ken Robertson was good.
Oh, can you remember Tosser? I think it was called Ben Tosser, centre back.
Have a look.
Do you remember Ken Robertson, Peter?
Thomas Goddard.
Oh, remember Thomas Goddard, yes.
Right.
Good. But we've got good youth players. Want to give them a chance?
A lot of young talent. Lawrence says, would you prefer to upgrade the training ground or move elsewhere, give the under 23s and academy new ground to play at? I wouldn't mind moving from Brenton if it's got new training facilities, because my God, the training facilities we've got.
It's common. It's crap.
Paddling pools and wheelie bins just says it all, really.
It does, man. Cheap one.
It's alright. Just stick Mike Ashley in a wheelie bin because he's full of trash.
No, I would do. Get my Sunderland. Put my Sunderland stadium. Maybe we can.
Liam also says, best and worst fans you've seen at St James's Park. For me, best Birmingham, worst Fulham or Barnsley.
Away fans? What the hell? Worst fan, he said. I would say Man United fans are the worst fans.
Yeah.
West Ham? We say West Ham?
Well, now they like a bit of an
I've been at quite a lot of games. So
the worst one, I remember it was some better fans.
Oh.
And our Derby won the championship.
Yeah, man, comes to well. Hot Chester somewhere. It's in the next door room. Quite there still.
Shoggy says, My favourites will be Brentford and the new stadium ready for next season. Aye, they've got a new stadium for next
Have they?
season. So,
Bradford.
That's good, then. That's good, Johnson. Got that done.
do you indeed, yes.
No, that's a good talent.
The other ones, Lawrence, we need at least 8 players in our Premier League squad every year. Another reason to look at the youth. Aye, absolutely, yes. Definitely. It's a good
Sure.
point.
Who would your first 8 signings would be once these new owners come in?
Yeah.
Tough
You
it
go
is
first.
all the time,
You
man.
go first, Peter. You come first. I can
Kind
think.
of thing, man.
I can
'Cause
think.
you
I'll
see,
give
we
you
get all nicked with these big signings, but you're just thinking, is this realistic or not?
I'll give you one. I would say Kevin Mbappe. PSG.
Yeah, I knew it.
And I would say, what the hell? Midfield. I would say, what the hell? What's his name, man? What the hell? He's younger now. He's younger now. Oh, I kind of think.
Yeah.
I can
No,
think of
Coutinho.
Jadon Sancho for left, for right wing.
Who's that like?
Jadon Sancho plays for
If he was to
Dortmund.
leave Dortmund, I think Man United are really way after him. But yeah.
I would say number one as well. I would go not old really. I would say defender. What the hell was his name? Matt
Yeah.
Hummels. Matt Hummels. If he's still playing.
Hummels.
Aye, great player. All right. 2.
I would go for Mertens.
Dennis
Carl
Mertens.
Aye,
He's
Mertens.
doing quite good.
Look for the other comments. Liam and UFC, Adam Campbell is at Morecambe, Mini. But Lawrence
Is
says, he's actually at Darlington. Adam
Darlington,
Campbell.
Yeah.
Lies again.
Actually, I have actually saw Adam Campbell. He was in the Mapper Centre.
Yeah, all right.
Aye. He went past us, and I just said to him, Yari. He's like, aye.
Sharky says, promotion to the Premier League. My favorite are West Brom and Leeds automatically at Brentford by the playoffs. It's interesting. What do you expect? It looks like West Brom and Leeds will make it by the automatic promotion. Yes. Liam and UFC says he remembers Adam Campbell at Morecambe though. Lawrence Taylor remembers Donaldson scored a free kick. Big Gates at Wembley.
What was that like? When was that?
Oh, that was it was Gateson versus who was it? Gateson versus, was it not Stevenage?
Kind of thing.
I hope I'm wrong.
What do you think? Oh no, that's gone. Like.
Lawrence says, Ben Doza, is that who you're on about, Archer?
Oh yeah, Ben Doza. I thought he was called Ben Tosser. Ben Doza.
Lawrence says, but hopefully neither played Long Benton Sports Ground because of your experience there for the women's game in February. Oh yes, I remember that. You're on about the women's game. Behind there. The women's game me and Shoggy went to behind there. You're watching it behind bars. My word. The Coach Laney he's on about. My God, that was terrible to watch there.
Was it?
Brentford fans don't like their new stadium. It's a bit of a strange one. Josie Rodriguez, Roblox and Mo says, what's your favourite stadium in England? Well, all of Newcastle.
Princess Park, definitely.
I've actually been to the Emirates, and that was really nice.
I've been to Emirates before. That's my dreams. I'm going to say on the website.
Oh, you've been to Emirates, AJ?
And I've definitely been. And I've definitely been to.
That's my dream to go to Emirates.
What's your dream to go to the Emirates?
Yeah, watch the Castle House again.
Well, I've been to the King Power Stadium.
The King Power, the Power.
I all hang the King Power Stadium. I was there with Sharky.
Was it nice to him, like?
was it? The atmosphere was alright, but the performance was shocking.
First time, Peter, for you? First time, remember what's happened to you?
It's a good ground. It is a good round, the Olympic Stadium, definitely.
Yeah, I haven't been Wigan, but in ages.
I would
Another
go to. I fancy going away to Wolves because Wolves has got. I think Wolves have extended their stadium. I think
Wolves, I've actually been at Wolves once, but it was back in 2003, I think it was. I went there.
2003.
I remember when I was young, I had to go watch Newcastle's Desmond. When I was young,
What was your first game then?
My first away game.
Aye.
It was back in 2003, and it was away to Everton, and we drew 2-2.
First home game.
Ooh, I took a one.
First home game. 2001, I think it is, and it was when it was the Intertoto Cup. But I forgot the team who were played and were won 1-0, and Craig Bellamy scored.
Sure.
Yeah.
First game I went to was the testimonial for Alan Shearer, and that was it.
You jammy bastard.
I went to Stephen Harper's testimonial.
I was there as well. Steve Harper's testimonial.
Oh yes, in his stand.
Yeah, we'll go.
My first away game, Archer, was what's been local team Belton Terrors down in Yorkshire. We got beat.
NUFC says I would see the best fans at James's Park or Man City fans. They broke a canny crowd up when I see we're beating them 2-1 last season. I
remember.
Definitely. Geordie says Alfredo Morelos will be a decent signing, but his only issue is his discipline. Yeah, if he sorts that out,
it'd be alright.
I heard about that. Like, he can't go off the rails.
He has done in Derby games, definitely.
Kind of bit like that. He's running all the time, kicking off.
There are a few young ones in the Prem at the minute. I would take a shot on Troy Parrott or Declan Rice. It's interesting. I think Chelsea, there's talks of Chelsea being linked with Declan Rice, but I think West Ham want to let him go cheap. That's the thing. Like, say they've got him for the academy, Declan Rice.
I would have him. Like, I was Cambridge.
I
thought it was Stevenage.
Yeah, 2014 when he played for Cambridge. Well, where's it? Well, I've got my comments again. Geordie says he'd be Cambridge playoff conference.
Conference? What do you know?
Liam, NUFC players I would like to sign: Max Aaron's, Stretcher Williams, Morgan Sanson, Coutinho, Jack Grealish, Vidal, Cavani, and Eduardo. Some of them are definitely.
I'd go for Max Aaron's, Jetro. We need to bring Jetro Williams back. Like,
he's a block up there. He's a legend in Newcastle.
Steve Beck says, "What do you think the new does he mean by owner or manager going to do first?"
I don't know.
No, new owner's going to do first. Well, hopefully invest, probably give areas on the ground that needs work on and new training facilities, definitely. So yeah.
Especially the seats. There's some weird work on.
London, Liam, NUFC, London Stadium, London version. See, because it's West Ham, London Stadium is not actually West Ham. It's proper ground. It's Olympic Stadium. Remind me to take my binoculars if I go to West Ham away. I remember being Sharky went there. Well, we're quite high up. We're still at a pretty decent view, I would say. I mean, like, yeah.
What was it? I want to know, definitely.
Shoggy said, Archer, you on about Gator versus Cambridge in the non-league playoffs when they missed out on promotion to the Football League. Is that the game you're on about there, Archer?
Damn, we could have won in there. We could have won into League Two. But it's going to be a long a long wait until Gateshead actually gets into the Premier League.
But do you remember when we got to Oran Grey Archer? I'm going to go here and walking 6 and Zimmer frames. We're getting there, buddy. We get to get in the Premiership.
Yeah. Lawrence also says first away game was Blackpool in pre-season 2013. First competitive away was West Ham in 2014-15. Oh, when we lost 1-0, wasn't it? Way to West Ham and still had Upton Park at the time.
I'm not in Palmer. I've got to say that one. I'll go say no.
Shoggy says I've been to Anfield at some experience. Anfield's a really nice ground. I've been to. Haven't been there for a while, but my God, it's really good at Anfield. Definitely.
I would definitely go to Anfield. Like,
really good. Lawrence says, think it was luck we beat 1-0 to James Park in the Total Cup in 2001. Right. So it was. Oh, Jody says, DeCanio got snapped by Joey Barton in the Harvard's testimonial.
He did, I did. Didn't he? Didn't I? He did. He did, didn't he? He did.
Liam, NUFC, my first away game was Palace away in 2009-10 season. We won 2-0. My first home game was Huddersfield in the Championship under Rafa. Oh, I remember that game would be Palace 2-0. I think it was Kevin Nolan who Ryan Taylor scored, but Huddersfield were lost 2-1. That time in the Championship. Lawrence's first home game was also the West Ham 2-2 with Andy Carroll. That was the season we got relegated. Yes, I remember that as well. Jonathan Young says first home game was Newcastle 3 Charlton 0. Shearer's 200 Premier League game. Yes.
Oh, that's a good one, man. Good times. Watching Shearer play football.
Yeah. So I'll keep up the link in.
Oh, fuck's
sake. Jay, stop pigging.
It's pretty been mate. It's pretty good, that one. I'm sick of them.
Who's it?
It must be me Moses delivering.
Oh, man.
But I think son and sitting all. I said I'm sitting the port for now for you now. I son and sitting all for the port, mate.
Oh, I'll burn it.
I would have now. On their west.
You burn what, Archer?
You are?
You'd burn what?
I'll burn the Sunderland shirt.
Oh.
Well, then, mate, but that team's shit.
Gee, well. Geordie says Ben Offa beat Blackburn FA Cup this goal.
I remember that. That was a cracking goal. Like the also another good goal Ben Offa scored was at home against Bolton Wanderers when he dribbled through every player and he just simply scored. It was like watching.
I was there as well.
It was like watching Messi.
I was there as well. I was there at that game. Ben Offa scored that cracking goal, and I was there. What was it?
Hi.
So, and I'm a season ticket then. I'm a good team then. My first game, buddy, how many years ago? Me out in Princess Park first time. Didn't you? Back in the days, like. I remember it well.
I miss
the derbies.
I do miss the derbies, but not as much.
I couldn't beat them since 2011.
That was 50.
That was Shola scored twice, and Kevin Nolan scored a hat-trick.
Oh, 1-5-1, yes.
Right, that was it since then. No, crap no. No, crap no.
Liam says, further stadium you've been to watch Newcastle for me, apart from Newcastle. The furthest stadium I've been is Swansea when we beat them 1-0 and Lascelles scored. The furthest I've travelled for a Newcastle away game was it's either between Arsenal and West Ham. The furthest I've only been to watch Newcastle is down in London.
And I've been before, so I don't know. Like,
which one was that, Jay?
I haven't been in Castle Wigan before. No, how?
Get yourself to one. The atmosphere is brilliant.
Yeah.
When UFC's his favourite moment? It's been a lot of favourite moments, to be honest.
Favourite moment for me, with the L. This is again back in the 90s. This 90s beat Man United 5-1.
Yes, that was a great moment.
I don't think it is. Back the days.
Shoggy says, Ben Alpha versus Everton at Goodison Park.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That was a cracking goal, that when we beat
it was
Everton.
like...
I think it was just before in the first half.
Aye.
Liam Wall says, I went to a match on my birthday. 2-1 versus St. Eddie and all the pre-season in the summer just gone, yes. I think you're being shouted there, Archer.
I know. Mother shouting at us. I don't know why.
Can you keep the noise down because the bairn's crying?
Right.
And I'm going to bed. I'm switching the TV off. Down here.
Sharky says we beat Everton 1-0 away and their fans started crying. Ben 10.
That's cool.
Let's talk NUFC. I enjoyed when I went to Old Trafford. That my first trip to Old Trafford, but we lost 4-1 on Boxing Day. Oh, you always good going down for the experience, definitely. As well. So, yeah. Yeah, Andrew and UFC Kabai scored some belters as well for us. So he definitely has high.
Man U, I scored a belt against them.
Liam and UFC. If we play Plymouth away in the cup next season, would you go? Never say never. I wouldn't mind trying to go some away games if it was down south.
I want to go if I come next season away if I'm chancing. I'm going to make him next season.
Liam Hall Shelby scored a Bella in the 2-2 draw versus Man City. Oh, he definitely did.
I was that game on my own, actually, that day. On my own.
Oh.
On my own, I wasn't there. It's me on my own. Sitting there cramming on. Peace and quiet. Eating me Doritos.
Yeah.
Never the day, though.
Keep posting the link. Because this live stream for nearly 2.5 hours.
Bloody hell. You're not Pete.
Yeah, well.
I'm out of the day, actually.
Shoggy says Pierre was the good guy. Was the good-lucky guy that afternoon 3-2 in ours. I mean, Shoggy went down to West Ham because when you went to away game with them at Arsenal, we got absolutely battered 5-0 off Leicester.
Oh, the way around now. Sorry, around.
It is.
Liam Hall says De Bruyne did as well. Oh, that was a cracking goal from him as well, definitely. Hey.
That's a good game, man. Especially because so hard. Because season's so hard. About the days.
Jody, CC goal v Chelsea. 11-12. Oh, what a cracker that was. Oh, definitely.
That was a
Aye.
He scored a crack against Southampton and all.
He did. That's good. Good games are hard.
Yeah, definitely. Aye.
When he lobbed it out of the keeper.
Yep. See you.
Great win versus Man United 1-0 from Matty Longstaff. Oh, that was definitely good.
I like him as well.
So was that.
Yeah.
Jonathan Young, Fabian Shea against Burnley last season, Bush in the top corner. Oh, that was brilliant. That hey.
I remember that game. I was there.
I was as well. Coin,
Leaving UFC best and worst stadium you watch Newcastle apart from St James's Park. For me, best Spurs Stadium. Worst was Selhurst Park. I wasn't a massive fan of Everton's ground, to be honest. Sharky says I'll be doing more away days next season. That's possible. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some more away games definitely as well.
I've got to go to. I'll do some of them next season.
Steve Beck says favourite goal. He's all about overall. It's probably going to be Shearer's against Everton.
That's probably I think of. Or Ben off against Bomb Wanderers.
Or CC you could have put in there against Chelsea as well.
Yeah, that's funny.
Fatai.
What about Gutierrez playing West Ham?
Decent goal, good goal.
I
Kept it up that season.
I wasn't there and I was gutted. And I watched on my phone. I had an old phone I watched it and I got pretty wrong for it. Watching the football.
Jordy says Goodison Park has wooden seats. Or I thought they were like picnic bench or park benches when I was there. Like,
really got what's it say? Pretty hell.
Liam and UFC Leeds away would be class, possibly. I wouldn't mind giving Ellen Road a visit.
How was Leeds, Archer? In Pete's? How was Leeds? From here?
Leeds is about a couple of hours, or not even that.
No, I'll go Leeds, like, because I know.
Shelby also says also more non-league games as well, watching local matches like Gated, etc. Oh, definitely as well.
Yeah, but my team was well button as well.
Liam and UFC says Robert against Spurs. That was war. He scored 2 great goals in there as well. And I remember Robert scored a cracking free kick against Southampton one time as well. That was great as well.
Good times, like man. Good times.
Yep.
Wonders of football.
Lawrence says best goal I've seen in person will be Nolan v Sheffield United on promotion night 2010. I remember that. Or Fabian Schär against Burnley 4. That was good. Andrew and UFC Solana versus Arsenal outside of his right foot supply. That was a good game. One would be Arsenal 1-0 in 2005.
Yeah.
Jonathan Young says Townsend versus Palace free kick. Wow, that was a great one.
It was. Good times are hard.
Watch has gone black now in the dock.
Aye, mother's bloody knocked the light off.
What?
Put it on.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, but put it on.
I'm going to bed. Go downstairs.
Getting told.
Sharky says Tiori versus Arsenal. He couldn't have caught that ball in his feet. Oh, that was brilliant. That. Liam says best goal I've seen live is Shelby versus QBR. That goal he scored right in the top corner.
Remember that now.
Also, Shoggy says rest in peace Tiori. Never forgotten. Oh, definitely.
I mean, yeah, good player.
Liam Hall, the Etihad Stadium will be a good stadium to visit. It has millions of fans. Yeah, I've actually been the Etihad. Well, it was called City of Manchester Stadium before it got renamed the Etihad. That was back in 2006. It was. We drew 0-0 there. Yeah. Geordie says, "Who would you like to see as our first marquee signing?" Tough one to call at this moment of time.
I don't know what happens. Next season.
Teodi, absolute legend. Oh, yes, definitely. Liam and UFC, your reaction when Defoe scored that volley against us. To be honest, it was a cracking volley, but I was just annoying how we performed that game against Sunderland. John Carver says, we're going to show effort and enthusiasm. My God, that was dismal. No effort in that game at all. Fucking bullshit that game was. To Robbie TV Shoggy, Diarmy freak goal away to Brighton in the Championship. Oh yes, I remember that.
I just went boom. His foot went in the net. Boom.
Let's talk NUFC. What about Andy Carroll's goal against Liverpool? Oh, that was a cracking goal as well. The one he headed outside the box. That was Pardew's first game in charge.
Yeah, was
It was like a 25-yarder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
it? It was.
Lawrence says, saw the Etihad when I was in Manchester on my 15th birthday. Oh, nice one.
Was someone?
One before that. They went past the Etihad when I went to Older versus Leighton Orient. This is a nice one. Shaggy says, CC goal at Stamford Bridge. Oh, that was a crack at that one.
That's a good play.
Lee Ball says, do you think Steve Bruce should get sacked? Because I don't think he has done better than Rafa Benitez. I think I would, if we are going to get the takeover, give him 9 games, and if we look for someone that's a lot more better. Because to be honest, his football hasn't been great the last few games. Definitely not. Andrew NUFC Gouffran versus Derby volley from the corner kick. Oh, that was a cracking goal. That
I remember that.
Lawrence says, speaking of Carver, happy 5th anniversary of his best coach in the league claim. Ha 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 ha. Oh god.
Oh, Carver was a crop.
Sharky Dembaba against Reading when they win the Premier League. That was a good goal.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
You also say Stu Bruce isn't for me. Well, he's not everyone's cup of tea. Definitely not.
What about Kate one? Kate side. Oh, what I'm coming Steve Bruce side.
Doesn't even know how to take a selfie.
Liam, I was at Brighton away when Diarmi scored that fluke goal. I bet there was some scenes in that game. Jonathan Young, Bruce is the championship manager. Yeah, he's definitely more of a championship as well. Sharky again, Shearer versus Everton and the Gallagher. Oh, that was a cog of that goal. Definitely was. Jordy says, what's your thoughts on Richie claiming Shelby is good enough to play for Barcelona because of his ability? No chance there. Shelby's good enough to play for Barcelona.
You can't Barcelona. The problem. But you can't Barcelona. No chance.
I can't see it.
No.
I actually predict us to lose against Derby. That's easy. Do you mind? You understand why? How I am? Yeah. Can understand where you're coming from. Yes. Liam, do you think the takeover will go through? Because I don't. Because it's taking too long. I think it's just patience. It's just patience at this moment of time. Oh.
What patience?
Yeah, I think it's just a bit of a waiting game. I think we're just going to be patient. People think a takeover doesn't get done just like that quickly. I think we've got to get all the things there, like stuff signed and all the things all prepared. It's a bit like moving house or moving business to another location. Definitely, Shorty says his tactics are horrendous. Yeah, a lot of the time they have been, yes. Jody says, oh, Shearer's goal against Villa when Peter Schmeichel was in goal. I remember that. That was a really good goal to be fair to him as well.
When was that like? Where was that?
That was 2000 and 2001, I think it was.
Yes, man.
Oh, someone's getting called.
No, it's pretty good cuts on. I'm sick of them.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna call them anyway, because I'm getting tired.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I think I might wrap up this live stream now. So, yeah, well then, thank you for coming on, lads. I really appreciate it.
A treat about Arthur Ones and Roses. I'll buy a box for you, and I send the post to you.
Well, I'll just read this last comment. Lawrence has said, if Bruce is here at the start of next season, it could be like when Hughes was still at Man City in 09-10. Was inevitable. He leaves, so we'll let him go at the end of the season. Yeah, that's definitely a fair point. Well then. Yeah. Oh, one more, we'll see. Right, Liam, NUFC, Ryan Taylor versus Sunderland at the Stadium on Light. Lawrence says November 2001. That was Shearer's goal against Villa. Yep, it's okay then. So, for one more, Andrew, NUFC over the wall, definitely. Well then, Yep, we'll wrap up this live stream. Liam also says bye, lads. Stay safe and take care. You as well, man. Okay, then, right, guys, lads. Thank you for coming on the live stream. So, thank you very much. So, see you until next time.
See you next time.
Okay. See you, Archer.
See you later, Peter.
Yep, so that is the live stream. I will wrap that up for tonight. So thank you for coming on and also for popping up in the live chat as well. And also people who joined in the live stream, the likes of Archer, Retro, and UFC, Tsunami TV, people like them as well. And also Lawrence as well, Archer. So, yep, thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this live stream a like. Comment as well if you want. And if you haven't checked me out before, please make sure you do hit that subscribe button. Let's try and get onwards to 700 subscribers very, very soon. That would mean the world a lot to me. And until next time, catch us all here.